Hi students, hello everybody, a very good morning to everyone right there. Welcome to the very session. My name is Preksha Sharma, your English educator at Unacademy, and I give you all a very warm welcome to this very particular session wherein we are going to do the entire syllabus for 3 hours. And I'm sure you guys are going to be with me and you're pretty excited. I'm going to cater all your doubts. I'm gonna make you all understand all the points that are not yet clear to you, because this is going to be final one session, all right, for all of you for the full syllabus. Okay, so everyone, let's get started quickly. Immediately share the link of the session with all your friends. Call all your dear and darling friends. Okay, just share the link and make sure that you're helping everyone right there, because today it's 23rd. No, I think it's 24th. No, yeah, it's 23rd, and we have our exam on 27th. So we have got very less time, all right, to concentrate on our studies. So let's get started, everybody, without any delay. Make sure that you all are with me and quickly share the link of the session. Immediately do that. Hi and hello to everybody. I hope the morning is really good. It's Saturday today and we are going to rock and roll in this session. We are going to understand everything in one go. Hi, Sublime Girl. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the very session, guys. Hi everyone. A very good morning, everybody. Hi Balu. Hi everyone. Hi Gitanshu. Hello guys. Guys, just give me a confirmation in the comment section once you have shared the link. No, immediately share the link. I mean, give me a confirmation in the comment section that you all have shared the link. Hi, good morning everybody. Hello Akriti. Hi Ambika Sima. Thank you, dear. You have been so sweet. Thank you so much. And Pranav, good morning. And Bekun, good morning. Hi, good morning, Raman. Hi, Shadarji. Hi, Shazam. Hello, Chinchul. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Ambika. Hi, Reeler. Hi, Beast. Hi, Wajid. Hi, Bubbly. Hello, everybody. Hi, Aisha. Share the link. Absolutely good. Hey, Shruti. Okay. Kavisha, this particular session is concerned with your literature part. All right. Okay, a very good morning. Hey, Nirbhay. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello to everyone right there. I hope that everyone is ready for the session. We are going to revise everything, whatever is there in the syllabus, especially the literature. That's what we are going to do. And I'm going to come up for the grammar part soon for all of you. So stay tuned, everybody. Alrighty. Yes. Shambhavi, that's only going to be the case. The literature part, that is what we are going to cover. Alright, I thought of coming up with grammar, reading section, and writing also, but that would have really elongated this session to like 6 hours, but not 3 hours. So right now we are just going to do the literature part. I hope that's pretty fine for everyone right there. Hi. No, my dear. There is no mentee, okay? Instead, we are just going to deal with the grammar part. Sorry, the literature part. Okay, yes, Anita. We are going to deal with the chapters from your book, Footprints Without Feet, and of course from the book from First Flight. Okay, the book First Flight. Garvi, I'm very well. I hope that you're doing good. All right, Chanchal, the character sketches, they are not going to be asked directly, but there could be a question wherein you are supposed to mention the characteristics of the character. So therein you'll have to mention it. Hi, good morning, salutation. We have to leave a line or not? No, Ujwal, no. No line after salutation. Immediately start from the next line. Okay, grammar kal aa raha hai. Grammar aapka kal aayega. Okay, we are going to do that tomorrow. Don't be worried about it, everyone. Alrighty, here we go. No question answers would be there. I'm just going to make you all understand the chapter once again. Okay, so we are together going to revise the chapter so that you guys are prepared for it and there is no loophole left for anybody right there. Okay, so let's get started. Full syllabus marathon. It is 3 hours. All right, my name is Preksha Sharma. I'm sure you guys know me well. I've done masters in English from Delhi University and have been guiding a lot of you. I'm sure you guys are aware of it, right? If you guys have not been attending my special classes, okay, which are free, FREE, all right, on the special on the app, then kindly do that. You just have to use the code PSH10 and be right there in the class. Today I've got 2 hours class for with all of you right at 5 p.m. in the evening, and that's gonna be a super amazing one because I'm going to cater all your doubts. So make sure that you're attending that, and definitely I'm gonna deal with their analytical paragraph in the formal letter. So if you want to really succeed well in that, please kindly join that. All right, here we go. Moving ahead, Telegram channel फटाफट से join कर लो सब लोग because this is for your good. Herein we are providing a lot of information. Okay, and guys, special classes that's really for your good. Learn live from your favorite educators for free. Okay, don't be confused. It's totally free. All you need to do is you can easily use the code PSH10 and you can come into the class right today. Okay, and whenever I take the special classes, you all can engage with your educators via polls and you all can clear your doubts also in the special classes by raising your hands or by like posting your question in the question box. Okay, for the top special classes, visit the links in the description below. Alrighty, and this is the timetable for the rest of the days that are left before your examination. On 23rd April, that is today, 2 hour class is going to be there. I'm going to deal with analytical paragraph and the formal letter. जिसको भी doubt है इससे related, come into the class, use the code PSH10. The class is already scheduled. Enroll for it by using the code. Alrighty. And then everybody on 24 tomorrow, right at 5 p.m. It's gonna be a 2 hour class. We are going to deal with the figure of speeches in detail via polls. Alright, polls would also be there. So make sure you're using the code PSH10 and 3:30 p.m. 25th April, it's gonna be 1.5 hour class wherein full syllabus test is going to be there. Okay, just use the code PSH10 and on 26th April again 1.5 hour class. Okay, doubt clearing session would also be there. और जो स्कूल में थोड़े से क्वेश्चन करे वो ही करे मैम इंग्लिश के क्वेश्चंस कहाँ से पढ़े मैं सिर्फ एनसीईआरटी यश आई हैव बीन डीलिंग विद अ लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आई डोंट नो बेटा अगर आपने मेरी स्पेशल क्लासेस अटेंड करी हैं या नहीं करी हैं आई प्रोवाइडेड अ लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आई हैव डेल्ट विद योर एनसीईआरटी क्वेश्चंस आई हैव गिवन यू शॉर्ट आंसर क्वेश्चंस and I've given you the extra questions as well. So you can just go through all that. I had come up with one series which is like Super 30 series. So make sure that you're checking out all the videos that are there on the special app. I mean the very Unacademy app. Okay, you can just check them out by using the code PSH10. All right, it's gonna be really helpful for everybody. Telegram channel आपका Unacademy 9 and 10. That's what I'm talking about. And guys, we have come up with an amazing thing for everybody. Learning festival आ गया है. पहली बार Unacademy में हम 45 days का plus subscription offer दे रहे हैं. जो आपका 299 रुपीज का है बस. Just for 299. इस पे अगर आप 299 पे आप कोड यूज करते हो PSH10, आपको डिस्काउंट मिलेगा 10% का और कॉस्ट आएगी 269 रुपीज की. यानी 269 रुपीज में 45 डेज का सब्सक्रिप्शन अनअकैडमी आपको दे रही है. एंड दिस इज फॉर ऑल द कोर्सेज 8 to 12 में आप हो तो फटाफट से ये कोड यूज कर लो PSH10. 45 डेज का सब्सक्रिप्शन ले लो. आप प्लस पे मुझसे मिल सकते हो. ऑल राइट, आपको सारे फीचर्स भी अलॉट किए जाएंगे. जितने भी फीचर्स प्लस स्टूडेंट्स को मिलेंगे आपको भी मिलेंगे. ऑल राइट, सो ये बहुत अमेजिंग फीचर है एवरीबडी. जल्दी से यूज करो. सिर्फ 269 रुपीज में 45 डेज के लिए आप लोगों को सब्सक्रिप्शन मिल रही है. और क्या चाहिए, राइट? दिस इज लिटरली अमेजिंग, सुपर अमेजिंग. एंड स्टूडेंट्स ये वैलिड सिर्फ 30th अप्रैल तक है तो ये चला नहीं जाना चाहिए. वन टाइम ऑफर है, बहुत अमेजिंग ऑफर है. ठीक है, जस्ट इम्पार्ट द इंफॉर्मेशन टू योर फ्रेंड्स एज वेल. Alright, so all the students who have just landed into their 10th standard or who have just landed into their 9th standard, ये वाला जो हम लेकर आए हैं आप लोगों के लिए ऑफर, ये सबसे बड़ा सरप्राइज है. So go ahead with it. इसमें आपको लाइव क्लासेस मिलेंगी टॉप एजुकेटर्स के साथ. 24/7 डाउट सॉल्विंग भी मिलेगा आप लोगों को. ठीक है, आप आस्क अ डाउट फीचर भी यूज कर सकते हो. गाइडेंस मिलेगी सीबीएसई बोर्ड प्रिपरेशन के लिए और पर्सनलाइज्ड एकेडमिक काउंसलिंग मिलेंगी. So subscribe now, use the code PSH10 and go ahead with it. All right, आपका 299 का आपको मिल रहा है कोर्स 269 रुपीज में बस 45 डेज के लिए. फटाफट से कोड यूज करो और आगे बढ़ो. All right, it's an amazing offer. Okay, moving ahead, full syllabus marathon 3 hours it's gonna be for. So let's get started everybody. हम लोग स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं सबसे पहले चैप्टर से हमारा glimpses of India. Glimpses of India has been divided into 3 chapters. One is a baker from Goa. ठीक है, सब कुछ ध्यान देना है. A baker from Goa which has been written by Lucio Rodriguez. ठीक है, सेकेंड चैप्टर आपका कूर्ग है जो लोकेश आब्रोल ने लिखा है. Third chapter, Tea from Assam. I've been noticing this a lot of students while giving the answers related to the value-based questions. They are including the article a before T. A T from Assam. My dear, you'll not be getting even half mark for that because you're writing the title wrong. And if you're including the title wrong in a value-based question, you are not going to get mark for that. Okay, so this has been written by Arup Kumar Datta. I have always been saying this, I have always said this. Please learn the names, okay? Learn the title, all right, and author's name correctly. It's really important. Okay, please make sure that you're not making any mistake about it. Your point 5 would be deducted if there is a mistake related to it. All right, is that clear? Is that clear to everyone? नितेश, आप ये सब्सक्रिप्शन लेके कोई भी बैच अटेंड कर सकते हो. ये नीट जेई के लिए भी है, आपकी नेक्स्ट क्लासेस के लिए भी है, 11th 12th के लिए भी है. All right, so सारे batches available है. You can attend anything via this. All right, so it's going to be amazing. Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the very session. All right, here we go. Is the first journal. Yes, Ujjwal, and first journal of Indian Army, and he was from Coorg only. All right, hello, Janvi. Hi. Okay, how was Baker, Friends and Companion? I'm coming to all that. Guys, मैं सारे questions लूंगी. Okay, thoroughbred is like who is completely well known. Okay, as in like well known in the knowledge. I mean who is well bred, like who is well knowledgeable. That is a person. A very good morning, Pranav. Very good morning. Okay, Naman, don't be demotivated, guys. You all have done a lot. You all have been attending the classes. You have the knowledge. The exam is not going to be too tough if you have really attended all my classes. Okay, the exam is going to be easy only. Just be confident. Don't be nervous. Don't be anxious. You have to be smart enough in understanding that you know it. All right, you have to train your mind in saying that you know it. All right, let's move ahead, everybody. So a baker from Goa. All right, what is the main point of this chapter, everyone? That this is revolving around the relevance. Okay, relevance of a baker in the Goa culture. That means it talks about the importance of a baker. A baker की क्या importance है Goa के culture में? That is what the chapter is talking about, and it is talking about the culture that is inherited from Portuguese. Okay, like Portuguese, they were the people, all right, who ruled over the city in Goa. So वहां से सारा culture चलता आ रहा है, but they have left. लेकिन bread makers, they are continuing, okay, their business there, and they are having an inevitable stature. That means that they have a very prominent role in the culture of Goa. Are you all understanding this? Is that clear to everybody? All right, is that clear to everyone? So it is revolving around Goa. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a chance, like why, well, like I'm going to give you a chance to ask me the questions related to the particular chapter once we are done with it. So what is the chapter telling us? If there is any doubt, you can come up with the doubts related to this chapter in the comment section. I'm keeping an eye. All right. Amit, that's amazing. That's amazing. Let your friends also know about it, okay? Kindly let your friends know about it so that you all can connect with me in the very plus class also. And you can connect with the other educators also, okay? All you need to do is just use the code. Okay, can we write? Okay, all right. Okay, before I go ahead, let me take certain doubts because you guys are literally like into the process of asking the questions. Who maintains the monthly account of a baker in Goa? Baker or the customer? Baker, dear. Baker करता है ना. अब उसने जो कमाया वो वही लिखेगा ना, मतलब कोई और क्यों करेगा? अब जो मतलब if somebody is earning something, so the person will take care of his or her accounts ना, कोई और क्यों करेगा? So baker, ठीक है? All right, talk about English language. Vaibhav, I'm not understanding your question, dear. All right, yeah, इंद्रजीत, ये सारे subjects के लिए है बेटा, ये वाला सारे subjects के लिए है, सारे subjects सारे courses के लिए है. आप बस ये code use कर लो PSH10 और 45 days का subscription ले लो, बहुत मजेदार subscription है. ठीक है, ऑल पीपल रिमेंबर देयर चाइल्डहुड डेज, ये भी ठीक है. ओके, चलो मैं अभी आप लोगों के डाउट्स लेती हूँ. मार्वल इज सेइंग इज Shubukov really? No, he was not sincere when he said that, like when he was using all those sweet words, because earlier he had doubted on him that he had come in order to seek for money, and he had intent and he had thought that he is not going to give any money. So he was not sincere. He was just using the sweet words because he thought that the matter is actually in his favor. He has come in order to propose his daughter, and he always wanted to get his daughter married to a rich family, to a rich person. And when he saw that the purpose is getting fulfilled, that is why he changed his words to immediate sweet words. Okay, Marvel, I hope that's clear. No, Priya, not needed. Is Chubuk of Marvel. I've given you the answer. Mr. Weyer was pleased that Richard Ebright not only put in the 90 research hours towards butterfly but also his other interests. Comment. Yes, this is very right. Mr. Weyer was very much appreciating it. He always appreciated his efforts, and we see this that Richard Ebright, he was not only into the scientific researches, instead he was a good public debater also, he was a good public speaker also, he was a canoeist also, he was an expert photographer as well. All right, and he was into a lot of another outdoor activities as well. So Mr. Vaihara wasn't all praise, he never demotivated him, instead he always motivated him. And finally, this is true in the context of the chapter, that in order to succeed in life, you do not need to be very good only in one field. Instead, you can be good in another fields as well. All right, so that is absolutely right. Okay, okay, there are a lot of doubts coming up. How was the baker? Okay, please tell us about Kawai. सीमा मैं बता रही हूँ, आपको बता रही हूँ, ठीक है? Let's get started, ठीक है? अभी हम फटाफट से start करते हैं. All right, okay, and then we are gonna move ahead. The lesson, what is it talking about? It is talking about how narrators, elders often recall the time when Goa was another rule of Portuguese. So ये उस time की बात कर रहा है. We see that there is one important phrase which is given in your book, which is nostalgically reminiscing. That means that they are thinking about the memories, okay, and they are missing those old days. Now they are talking about the importance of the bakers, which is still there, okay, in their villages even after the Portuguese has left, or Portuguese have left. And the pader, okay, is known like here the bakers, all right, the bakers in like Goa, they were known as paders. And we see that how do we come to know that the very like the very culture is still being maintained. We come to know through the mixers, the molders, and their time tested furnaces, which are still there in Goa, all right, and they are known for their bread loaves. Okay, now again another thing, it is possible that the original ones may not exist. मतलब कि जो actual painters थे वो अभी नहीं है, लेकिन उनका जो profession है वो continue किया जा रहा है by their sons. नाउ वी सी द थर्ड ऑफ देयर बेम्बू स्टिक, यानी कि जब आप बेम्बू स्टिक को ऐसे पटकते हो धरती पर तो अचानक से एक आवाज आती है, उस आवाज को हम थट बोलते हैं, ठीक है? वो अभी भी कुछ विलेजेस में, गोवा के कुछ रिमोट विलेजेस में वो आज भी सुनाई देता है. एंड द सेम जिंगलिंग साउंड, उस साउंड को झंग झंग साउंड है वो, ठीक है, which has been given in your book with that is the झंग झंग sound, that is known as the jingling sound. Okay, वो jingling sound जब क्या कहते हैं पेडर्स आते थे, I mean जब जब पेडर आता था देने ब्रेड लोफ्स को, तो जो चिल्ड्रन थे वो फटाफट से उठ के उसकी तरफ भागते थे. ऑल राइट, वो किस लिए भागते थे? नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ हिज जिंगलिंग साउंड, बट बिकॉज द बेकर, द पेडर यूज्ड टू गिव देम अ स्पेशल स्वीट ब्रेड बाय द नेम बोल, and sorry, a special sweet bread which was known as like the bread bangles. So they were too much excited about it. So the answer to the question, everyone, listen to me, everybody. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers, molders, and mixers still exist there. Yeah, Corby, absolutely correct. Why the lawyer thought about coming to New Million? मैं आ रही हूँ guys, मैं सारे chapters रिवाइज कर रही हूँ. चैप्टर वाइज डाउट्स पूछते जाओ तो आप लोगों के लिए भी इजी है, आप लोगों की एनर्जी ज्यादा कंज्यूम नहीं होगी. Okay, do not keep on writing the questions that we are not for the chapters that we are not doing right now. जो chapters हम कर रहे हैं उसके आप मुझसे doubts पूछो, मैं आपको बताऊंगी. ठीक है, is that clear? Pranav, the baker was a companion friend and a guide, okay, and a guide to all the students, because sorry, to all the children, because he used to bring a special bread bengal for all the children, which they used to enjoy having. Okay, so that is just the answer. I've provided this, Pranav. I think that you've been attending the classes. All right, is that clear to everybody? ठीक है, in place of jingling third we can also write झंग झंग sound, या टीना आप लिख सकते हो. Yes, bakers, Anushka, the bakers still are popular in Goa because because it is one of the very prominent part of their culture. This is coming from the Portuguese culture, and in Goa we see that the culture is still running because we have got a lot of bakeries and a lot of bakers are available. Okay, Anushka, that is the answer for this. All right, onomatopoeia, Raman, is basically a figure of speech which means the sound words. For example, when there is like when a cat says, okay, meow. Okay, so आप वो cat की sound को जब एक word के form में लिखते हो उसको हम onomatopoeia कहते हैं, और आपका onomatopoeia the tale of Custer the dragon में बहुत मिलेगा. All right, is that clear to everyone? The bees, this is a very important question. The children, okay, they didn't use to brush. So ये एक reference है कि जो क्या कहते हैं tigers होते हैं वो कभी भी अपने teeth brush नहीं करते हैं, ठीक है? So that is why he said it, because they were not brushing the teeth, and that is why the narrator said it that the narrator considered himself to be a tiger, to be so ferocious, to be so brave, and said that the tigers don't brush the teeth, so we are also not doing it. And moreover, just like simple water in the mouth, just gargling with the water would be enough. Okay, that is why he said it. Okay, is that clear to everyone? Okay, everybody. So अब हम आगे चलते हैं. The same jingling third, okay, would wake the narrator and his friends during their childhood days, who would go running, okay, to him. So it was the maid servant of the house who collected the loaves while children sorted out the bread bangles for themselves. Okay, so jitne bhi. What was the name of the maid servants? Can you let me know in the comment section, everybody, quickly? What was the name, okay, of the maid servant? If you can just let me know in the comment section. Be quick. Be quick, everybody. Be quick. Yes, guys. What exactly is the answer? ऑलराइट मेड सर्वेंट्स जो थे वो ब्रेड लोव्स लेते थे और चिल्ड्रन थे वो ब्रेड बैंगल्स लिया करते थे. पैस्किन्स एंड बैस्टिन. ओके, पैस्टिन और बैस्किन. राइट, पैस्टिन और बैस्किन. ओके, वेरी गुड. That's right, Paskin or Bastin. Very good, very good. Okay, that is absolutely right. All right, bakery products have importance in the culture and traditions of Goa. That is absolutely correct. Now we are moving ahead. Earlier, bakers wore a unique frock of knee length known as kabai. So what is kabai, everybody? Kabai was a dress, okay, that was the cultural dress which was being worn by the paiders. All right, but during the narrator's childhood, okay, they wore a shirt, okay, there was a shirt, and the trousers of length slightly shorter than the usual ones. All right, so that is how they were being dressed. So what is kabai? Kabai is the actual cultural dress which was being worn by the painters during the Portuguese days. But when the narrator was, okay, a child, during those days, the painters, the bakers, they used to wear a shirt and trousers, okay, till the knee length, which was just shorter than the usual ones. All right, so they generally collected their bills at the end of every month. So this is very important. This is what I've taken directly from your book, that baking was indeed a profitable profession in the old days, and this is one of the major questions, okay, when it comes to this particular chapter, that how can you say that baking was really a profitable profession? We can say that easily because their family never starved. They had the servants at their home, and they were having a plump physique. Okay, plump basically refers to what? A healthy kind of physique. All right, so that is the answer. Enjoys the Goa village. All right, what is the significance of the line that is Baker enjoys the Goa village? Like Baker enjoys the Goa village because that they were leading a profitable profession. All right, and all the children, they used to love him. Also, the bread, okay, it was a major part of all the festivals. So they were having a good time there. So that is why they were enjoying in the village. All right. Is that clear? Mind, stop spamming. Okay, guys, just make sure that you're asking me the question related to the given chapter. I'm only going to cater to the questions that are related to the chapter. I'm giving you full chance related to it. All right, plum physique. Yeah. Yes, Gunjo, the plum physique. All right. And how can we say Goa society still respect its culture? Because the bread baking, okay, the bakeries. There are a lot of bakeries in Goa if you're gonna visit. Okay, it's still going on there. People, okay, like the people, they are loving, and bread is still a part of their culture. It's an important part. Testimony matlab open statement. Testimony matlab open statement. So his family and servants always looked happy and prosperous. All right. So there are certain important words like reminiscing nostalgically, which means thinking fondly. Loaves, vanish, molders, furnaces, extinguish, heralding, and pader. I want all of you to be very good with the vocabulary, because when you're gonna write an answer in your examination, your vocabulary is supposed to be shaped. You're not supposed to use the exotic words. You're not supposed to use very fancy words. Nobody is going to give you marks for your fancy words. But your contextual words must definitely be used. All right. Is that clear to everyone? The chapter from Goa narrator talks about his childhood, okay? And compare the childhood of Nelson Mandela. Ronak, such a question is not going to be there in your examination, but since you are asking me, so the childhood of narrator, okay? was not very free. All right, they were given only certain chances and certain things were only allowed. But here in the very like the childhood of narrator in Baker from Go was totally different. All right, they were leading an amazing life. They had freedom to go wherever they want. Also, they had freedom to enjoy the breads and the bread bangles that were given to them. So there was freedom in the very childhood of Baker, sorry, in the very childhood of the narrator from a Baker from Goa. But there was no freedom in the life of Mandela, okay, when he was a child. प्लम फिजिक का मतलब अंश होता है जब आपका एक हेल्दी बॉडी हो, ठीक है, मतलब आप दिखने में हेल्दी लगते हो, मतलब ऐसे नहीं बोलते जैसे हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं खाते पीते घर के, लाइक दैट, ओके, दैट इज व्हाट प्लम फिजिक का मतलब कि आपका आउटलुक, ओके, आप कैसे दिखते हो, और प्लम का मतलब होता है फैटी और हेल्दी, ओके, दैट इज व्हाट इट मीन्स. ओपन टेस्टिमनी का मतलब होता है एवरीबडी, ओपन टेस्टिमनी का मतलब होता है ओपन स्टेटमेंट. ऑल राइट, दैट इज व्हाट इट मीन्स. ऑल राइट, सीज का मतलब टू स्टॉप. ओके, इज दैट क्लियर? बोलिनास वही स्पेशल ब्रेड. Okay, that is what it means. Yes, it's easy to get 40 on 40. Now let's move ahead to the next set of words. Staff, rebuke, fragrance, and parapet. Okay, and bangles. So here it refers to the bread. Bangles here doesn't refer to चूड़ियाँ. Instead, it refers to the shape of a bangle. मतलब bread एक bangle की shape में बच्चों को दी जाती थी. All right, is that clear to everybody? Okay, now we are gonna move ahead to the next chapter, which is school, which is very, very important. Now, guys, one important point that I would like to make here. You know, conversation based questions can be there in your examination. All right, so you can have any information. I mean, you can be asked to provide a pen portrait of Coorg. Okay, what do you mean by pen portrait? पेन पोर्ट्रेट का ये मतलब होता है कि आपको एक डिस्क्रिप्शन देना है कूर्ग के बारे में. तो डोंट बी कंफ्यूज इन योर एग्जामिनेशन. अगर कहीं भी आप ये वर्ड देखते हो कि इसका मुझे पेन पोर्ट्रेट देना है, so pen portrait of a place can be given easily in the terms of its description, and pen portrait of a character can also be given easily. All right, is that clear to everybody? Yes. No, Raman, my dear, I cannot listen here. I can just look at your comments, okay? So, कूड में हमारा क्या है कि कॉन्वर्सेशन बेस्ड आ सकता है कि आपने देखा राजवीर और प्रॉन्जल है, ठीक है, फ्रॉम द चैप्टर टी फ्रॉम सैम, सो दे कैन बी, आई मीन यू कैन बी आस्क्ड इन योर एग्जामिनेशन कि राजवीर और प्रांजल बात कर रहे हैं कूर्ग के बारे में, ओके, सो जस्ट बिल्ड अ कॉन्वर्सेशन बिटवीन देम व्हाइल दे आर इन द ट्रेन एंड विजिटिंग कूर्ग. सो आपको ये चैप्टर अच्छे से क्लियर होना चाहिए. मैंने वर्ड टू वर्ड एक्सप्लेनेशन आपको बहुत पहले दे दी थी, वन शॉट भी हमने कर लिया, अभी मैराथन में मैं आपको फिर से रिवाइज करवा रही हूँ. मेक श्योर दैट यू आर ऑलवेज पेइंग अटेंशन टू द डिटेल्स दैट आर सुपर डुपर इंपॉर्टेंट. ऑल राइट, हेराल्डिंग का मतलब अनाउंसिंग. बेटा, हेराल्डिंग का मतलब अनाउंसिंग होता है. ओपन टेस्टिमनी, रमन, मैंने आपको कितनी बार बताया, आप सुन नहीं रहे हो. ओपन टेस्टिमनी का मतलब होता है स्टेटमेंट. ओके, ओपन स्टेटमेंट, टेस्टिफाई देना कि ये एक स्टेटमेंट है, मतलब मुझे देख के आपको ये पता चल रहा है. सो माई बॉडी इन अ वे इज स्टेटिंग दिस दैट आई बिलोंग टू अ प्रॉस्परस फैमिली. दैट इज व्हाट इट मीन्स. ओके, वर्ड मीनिंग्स नहीं आएंगे बेटा, लेकिन वर्ड्स को आपको यूज तो करना है ना आंसर में, तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि आप कौन सा वर्ड कब यूज कर रहे हो, और वो क्या आपको तो स्ट्रॉन्ग करना ही होता है. हाँ, आ सकते हैं कंबाइंड क्वेश्चंस, आ सकते हैं प्रणव, कंबाइंड क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं. ऑल राइट चीनी, ये आंसर मैंने आपको दिया था रोलिंग हिल्स इसलिए क्योंकि वो स्टीप लैंड पे सिचुएटेड है. ऑल राइट, of book in our answer thing. Yes, Ayushi, you can do that. All right, jackfruit like a parents का मतलब होता है plump physique. ओके, लाइक ऐसा मतलब कि आपने जैक फ्रूट अगर देखा है, कटहल, ओके, वो ए थोड़ा सा मोटा सा होता है, राइट? सो दैट इज व्हाट इट मीन्स कि वो एक हेल्दी अपीयरेंस देते हैं. ऑल राइट, कीवर्ड्स कुछ नहीं है, कीवर्ड्स उतना ही है जो आंसर्स में रिक्वायर है, उसको कीवर्ड्स बोलेंगे हम. ऑल राइट, ओके, डायलॉग्स वी नीड टू राइट. अनुष्का, आप अपनी शीट का फर्स्ट साइड भर दो, ठीक है, दैट इज इनफ, दैट इज इनफ फॉर अ 4 मार्कर. और लश ग्रीन का मतलब होता है बहुत ज्यादा ग्रीन, ओके, कंप्लीटली ग्रीन. ओके, नो वरीज गतीश, इट्स फाइन. ओके, स्टॉप स्पैमिंग. ओके, हेराल्डिंग का मतलब मैंने आपको बता दिया. All right, what message do you get from the chapter of Baker from Goa? There is no message. Instead, it just talks about the culture, okay, and it talks about the fact that the people, they are literally taking a good care of their culture, okay, and they are following the culture dedicatedly also. The poet has called the desire of two mania. Is the poet doing right on? Yes. Yuvraj, he called that mania of owing things, matlab, that's to the humans. They are mad after possessing the worldly things. They want a lot of things for themselves. They just cannot live without it. And the poet is very right because the humans are becoming so greedy and they are so selfish that they do not think about others before satisfying their own needs or before satisfying what they really want. Sorry, before satisfying their own greed. दैट इज द आंसर, ठीक है। आई होप दैट यू गॉट दैट। ऑलराइट, हाँ प्रणव, आ सकता है, आ सकता है, आ सकता है। स्टूडेंट्स, आपके कंबाइंड क्वेश्चन आ सकते हैं। ग्लिम्पसेस ऑफ इंडिया में तीनों चैप्टर्स का मिला के एक क्वेश्चन आ सकता है। So there is no point of leaving even one single chapter. That's absolutely not needed. Okay, is that clear? Okay, two traditional practices मैं आ रही हूँ उस पे. Okay, so let's get started with Kurg. Kurg हमें क्या बोल रहा है? The lesson is giving us a beautiful insight. Okay, ये हमें एक बहुत अच्छा डिस्क्रिप्शन दे रहा है एक स्मॉल डिस्ट्रिक्ट का, कर्नाटका का और उसके वहां के लोगों का, ठीक है। So this is what the chapter is all about. Of course, when you're building a conversation, you can write about this. Then Rajveer is saying, you know what, that Kurg is literally a very beautiful small district of Karnataka, and they are very nice people living there. Okay, you can use things like this. So what is the theme? It's a coffee country. Of course, it's a state, okay, but the name that has been associated by Kurg is that it is known by the name coffee country. And what is it famous for? It is famous for its rainforest and its spices. All right, is that clear? Hey, good morning. All right, Anjali, not a problem. Yeah, it's the smallest district of Karnataka. Very good, Ujjwal. You're absolutely right about it. Okay, so what are the main points herein? That Kurg or Kodagu. Kodagu is known by the local people. I mean, people who are living there, they refer to it as Kodagu. So it's the smallest district of Karnataka, and it is home to evergreen rainforest, spices, and coffee plantations. And the people of Coorg are known to be one of the bravest. This is one of the first features of Coorg. Okay, the people of Coorg, they are known to be the bravest. They are so courageous in nature. All right, they are too much courageous. And coffee is the main crop, okay, which is grown in this region. This is very important. And you can see the biodiversity also here. I had provided this question so clearly in all my special classes that define, okay, just talk about the biodiversity of Coorg. So the answer had been provided by me in detail. Please make sure you're going through all the PDFs. I've been sharing all the PDFs on community. Do not miss out any kind of an update from my end that can help you all very nicely. Okay, so just keep that in your mind. All right. So a wide variety of animals can be found here. The place is surrounded by beautiful Brahmagiri hills, islands and Tibetan settlement. The world's largest Tibetan settlement. Settlement का क्या मतलब होता है? जो community, Tibetan community, वहां पर जो बसी हुई है, उसको हम settlement बोलते हैं. Alright, of course, Avni shall be doing that. A small district, very good, very good. Corby has given the absolute answer, like where is it situated? Coorg is situated, it's a small district of Karnataka situated midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore. Okay, that's an absolute correct answer. All right, there, that's absolutely good, dear. Congratulations. I hope that you get 40 on 40 in your boards. All right, yeah, it's a misty landscape lying between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore. Mannat, absolutely good. Evergreen forest cover 30% of this district, absolutely right. By saying complicated words like justify, elaborate, elicit, enlighten, give, pen, put it. So ma'am, what do we do? So मैं confuse नहीं होना है, सबका मतलब एक ही है, ठीक है, बस वर्ड्स को अलग अलग यूज किया गया है. अगर आपसे बोला जाए इलैबोरेट करो तो ऑब्वियसली आप जस्टिफाई करोगे, पॉइंट को जस्टिफाई करोगे तो भी जस्टिफाई करोगे, एक्सप्लेनेशन तो दोगे ना, एलुसिडेट करोगे वो भी सेम है. दीज आर ऑल द सिनोनिम्स. ओके, मैंने हमेशा आप लोगों को बोला है क्वेश्चन आपको कंफ्यूज करेगा, लेकिन आपको 1 मिनट रुक के सोचना है कि क्या बोल रहा है क्वेश्चन, उसके बाद आंसर दो. All right, okay. Suman, this is basically for the no. सुमन, ये ऑफर सबके लिए है, सबके लिए जो भी अवेलेबल है. आई मीन आपका जो नेक्स्ट सेशन भी आने वाला है, 11th-12th भी आएगा, आपको नीट जेई की भी प्रिपरेशन करनी है, कुछ भी करना है, सारे कोर्सेज के लिए अवेलेबल है. PSH10 कोड यूज करो, फटाफट से लो और आगे बढ़ जाओ. ओके, is that clear? Very good. Coorg is a smaller Pranav. Yeah, okay. It covers. Very good. Very good. Everybody does know the information. So हमें पता चलता है, author describe करता है Coorg को as a heavenly place. Okay, that lies between Mangalore and Mysore, and it is certainly God's abode as it is evergreen forest, spices and coffee plantation, which is very important. The question will come up with the dress over. We will write about long frock. Yes, yes, Gunjot. Yes, कबाई आप रेफर करोगे, उसके बाद आप बताओगे कि जब नैरेटर छोटा था तब उनके टाइम पे क्या पहनते थे. कबाई इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द पोर्टुगीज कल्चर. टॉप 10 डेटा, बेटा मैंने सारे इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस करवा दिए. मैंने अभी ये परसों ही आप लोगों को 100 सब्जेक्टिव इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस दिए हैं. पीडीएफ मैंने आपके साथ शेयर कर दी है कम्युनिटी पे, चेक दैट आउट. ठीक है, ऑल राइटी, हो गया है टॉप 10 डेटा. बहुत लेट हो बेटा, मैंने सारे इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस करवा दिए हैं. ऑल राइट, हियर वी गो. सो नाउ वी सी सितंबर से मार्च तक वेदर यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा रहता है और बहुत टूरिस्ट आते हैं. द एयर हैज द कॉफी अरोमा इन इट. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट हम क्या देखते हैं कि देयर इज अ फेमस स्टोरी विच इज अगेन वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, कल्चर की बात फिर से आ रही है. आपका एक कल्चर की बात अबेकर फ्रॉम गोवा में यूज हुआ है, अब कल्चर की बात आपके कूर्ग में भी आ रहा है. तो कल्चर से रिलेटेड एक कंबाइंड क्वेश्चन आपके एग्जाम में आ सकता है. क्या फेमस स्टोरी है अबाउट द ग्रीक और अरेबिक डिसेंट ऑफ द कूर्ग पीपल की? या तो वो ग्रीक डिसेंट से आए हैं यानी कि उनके एंसेस्टर्स ग्रीक्स रहे हैं, या तो उनके एंसेस्टर्स अरब्स रहे हैं. और हमें ये कैसे पता चलता है? क्योंकि आपने देखा है कि अ पार्ट ऑफ अलेक्जेंडर की आर्मी वहां पे सेटल हुई थी, ऑल राइट, और वो वापस नहीं जा पा रही थी. सो व्हाट डिड दे डू? दे सेटल देयर एंड मैरिड द लोकल्स. So we may find people of Coorg wear कुपिया. ओके, एक तो वहां पे कबाई थी, यहाँ पे कुपिया. कुपिया क्या है? कुपिया एक लॉन्ग ब्लैक कोट होता है जो सिमिलर होता है कुफिया से रिलेटेड, जो अरब्स पहनते थे. इसको एक्सप्लिसिट फॉर्म में मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया था जब मैं ये सेशन को मैं ये सेशन का जब आपको वन टू वन वर्ड टू वर्ड एक्सप्लेनेशन दे रही थी. All right, Akriti, that's absolutely good. Can we write a quote which is relatable to the answer at the end of a 4 marker, not to judge? Yeah, of course you can do that, Beast. आप हमेशा लिख सकते हो, ठीक है, बट प्लीज मेक श्योर कि वो एक्चुअली जस्टिफाई कर रहा हो जो भी आप लिख रहे हो. ठीक है, आप उसमें लिख सकते हो. ओके, नॉट टू जज अ बुक बाय इट्स कवर, एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. अरोमा का मतलब खुशबू, फ्रेगनेंस. ओके, अरोमा का मतलब फ्रेगनेंस होता है. So people of Coorg, they were very brave. The Coorg regiment of Indian Army is one of the most significant regiments. मतलब जो इंडियन आर्मी वहां पे बसी हुई है वो एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है. सो हमारे जो फर्स्ट आर्मी चीफ जनरल करियप्पा वो भी कूर्ग से ही हैं. वहाँ के जो फॉरेस्ट और हिल्स, जो फॉरेस्ट एंड हिल्स ऑफ कूर्ग है, वहां पे मेजर सोर्स ऑफ वाटर ओके प्रोवाइड करते हैं रिवर कावेरी को. एंड महासी जो लार्जेस्ट फ्रेश वाटर है फिश, ओके जो लार्जेस्ट फ्रेश वाटर फिश है वो भी यहाँ पे मिलेगी आपको. सो दीज आर ऑल द फीचर्स ऑफ कूर्ग. All right, you all need to remember it. I had always been saying this, that whenever you come across a factual chapter, make sure that all the facts are clear to you in one go. That's really a part of Alexander army. Kurgan marry the locals. Okay. And how is Greek? Greek आपका दिख रहा है कुफिया से. Okay, that is what I mentioned here. All right. अरब दिख रहा है, sorry, आपका कुपिया से. All right. कुपिया मैंने आपको बताया, कुपिया एक ब्लैक कोट है, ठीक है, जो कुफिया जैसा था जो अरब्स पहनते थे. ठीक है, सो उसका नाम जब अरब्स पहनते थे उसको कुफिया बोलते थे हम. ऑल राइट, ओके. और जो कुपिया था वो ये पहनते थे, अभी के कल्चर में पहनते हैं. बेटा मैंने सारे इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन शेयर कर दिए हैं गाइस, आई हैव शेयर्ड एवरीथिंग. ओके, आपको सारी पीडीएफ्स कम्युनिटी पे मिलेंगी. कम्युनिटी का लिंक नीचे दे रखा है, प्लीज चेक दैट आउट. मैंने सारे इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस आप लोगों के साथ शेयर कर दिए हैं. All right, I have already done that. The students who have been following me dedicatedly did know about this so well. Okay, describe the traditional practices. भूमि traditional practices यही सब हैं, okay, जो होती थी वहां पर, जो मैं आपको बता रही हूँ. Buddhist monks live in Bailakupa in the island of Nisargadaman near Coorg. आप कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड्स हैं. ड्रिफ्टेड फ्रॉम मार्शल, कैनपीज, प्राइम, इनविगोरेटिंग जिसका मतलब है स्ट्रॉन्ग, मेन स्ट्रीम, टेल्स ऑफ वेलर मतलब स्टोरीज ऑफ करेज एंड ब्रेवरी, डिसेंट, ओरिजिन, मोस्ट डेकोरेटेड मतलब कि जहां पे सबसे ज्यादा कुछ मिला हो आपको. ठीक है, उसके बाद हमारे पास आता है मिसचीफ, रिपल इफेक्ट, महाउट्स. ओके, लेड बैक, राफ्टिंग, कैनोइंग, रैपलिंग एंड ट्रेल्स. महाउट्स कौन होते हैं? जो एलिफेंट की देखभाल करते हैं. आर द ओनली पीपल इन इंडिया टू कैरी फायर विदाउट लाइसेंस. हाँ कॉर्बी, ये एक सबसे बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर है. सिर्फ जो कूर्गीज है उन्हीं को अलाउड है कि वो एक क्या कहते हैं फायर आर्म ले चले. ओके, yes, प्रत्युष, you can definitely use my code for CA. आप guys कोई भी किसी भी कोर्स के लिए आप लोग मेरा कोड यूज कर सकते हो, PSH10. Okay, that is not problematic. All right. ओके, A2 मोटिवेशन बेटा मैंने आपके साथ ये ऑलरेडी शेयर कर दिया है. ठीक है, आपको ना सारे नोट्स मिलेंगे कम्युनिटी पे. कम्युनिटी हमने लॉन्च किया है स्पेशल ऐप पे, यानी कि अनअकैडमी की ऐप पे. उसका लिंक आपको नीचे क्या कहते हैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिलेगा, उसको चेक करो, वहां पे पीडीएफ अवेलेबल हैं. इसका भी पीडीएफ आई विल शेयर विद यू. ठीक है, इज दैट क्लियर? Yes, right. Okay, yes. Ujjwal, it was just a belt, right? Okay. Here we go. No, Ujjwal, not belt. I mean वो एक black coat था, ठीक है? All right, उस तरीके से पढ़ते थे. यूज करते थे. Okay, alrighty. Now the next chapter. Okay, Buddhists, they were living there. Okay, they had the Tibetan settlement. Okay, which was there. All right, it is the largest settlement. In Coorg we have got the largest Tibetan settlement. So you'll find all the Tibets living there. Okay, प्रणव पेपर आपको नहीं अगर अच्छे से पढ़ा है तो आपको इजी लगेगा. Should be because the people from Coorg, they are known for their bravery and courage. So this is in a way an honor which is being given to them by allowing them to carry a firearm without a license. Okay, that is why they are being allowed for this. Bailakupa एक जगह का नाम है. Okay, Ayushi, that is the name of a place. Okay, is that clear? Okay, Seema, I got that. The long Corby has given the answer. The long black coat with an embroidered waist. ओके ये मतलब है आपके कुपिया का बेल्ट विच इज वोन बाय द कोडावोस नोन एज कुपिया. All right, so this is known as, it resembles to kufiya worn by Arabs and Kurds. ये सही आंसर है. Okay, Corby has given an absolutely correct answer. Okay, now moving ahead, T from Assam, which has been returned by Arup Kumar Datta. ऑल राइट, सो इसमें क्या है, टी फ्रॉम असम स्टार्ट होता है टू फ्रेंड्स के साथ. एक है राजवीर, एक है प्रांजल. प्लीज रिमेंबर द स्पेलिंग ओ एल. ए एल लिख दोगे एग्जाम में, वहीं पे 0.5 मार्क्स काट लिए जाएंगे. ऑल राइट, प्लीज बी. जैक फ्रूट लाइक अपेरेंस का मतलब होता है एन अपेरेंस विच सीम्स टू बी वेरी हेल्दी. ऑल राइट, विच सीम्स टू बी हेल्दी. रोब्स का मतलब जो कपड़े पहने जाते हैं. ओके, जो कपड़ा पहना जाता है उसको रोब्स बोलते हैं. कैन वी राइट गन? नहीं, गन मत लिखो, फायर आर्म ही यूज करो. कॉन्टेक्चुअल वर्ड्स हमेशा यूज करने चाहिए. ऑल राइटी, हियर वी गो. Now, we are moving. Kurgi people wear embroidered waist belt called kufia, which resembles. Yeah, Gaming Plaza, absolutely correct. Very good. That is very right. So, during their journey, they discuss about the various legends. Legends basically refer to what? Legends का मतलब यहाँ पे stories हैं. Okay, that one known to have discovered the tea. The story tells us about the popularity of tea as a beverage. ओके गाइज, इस चैप्टर में आपके लिए जो सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है वो यही है कि आपको दोनों लेजेंड्स पता होनी चाहिए. एक तो स्टोरी चाइनीज है, एक इंडियन स्टोरी है. ओके, अलोंग विद दैट यू शुड ऑल्सो नो दैट why is Rajveer so excited and looking at the fields outside the train and Pranjal was not sharing his excitement. ये क्वेश्चन भी मैंने आप लोगों के साथ शेयर किया because Pranjal, he was born and brought up in Assam and it was not something new for him, while Rajveer belonged to Delhi. Okay, and he had never seen greenery in that particular place. That is why it was really a very good scene for him to look out of the window and enjoy the nature. Okay, is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? Two hilarious stories. Yeah, Corby, that Bodhidharma was Indian legend. Absolutely correct. And Prince, you are right. His father was the manager of the tea estate, Dhekyabari, and very good. Why Cool people were known for bravery and courage? Because they were so very much adventurous in nature. That was running in their bloods. All right, the most of the people from there, they were a part of army, and army doesn't really get like allow anybody in. Okay, the people who are brave and courageous only take a part in the army regiment. Okay, why Kodavos has only carry Bhumi beta मैंने आपको बताया because they were really brave and courageous. Okay, please keep on listening to me correctly. Okay. All right, such as tea, chai, chini are from Chinese. Absolutely correct. So Pranjal is a youngster from Assam and he is a Rajveer's classmate. Pranjal's father is a manager of tea garden in Upper Assam and Pranjal has invited Rajveer to visit his home during the summer vacation. They discuss the history and the stories of tea. All right, is that clear? So let's see अब आगे क्या क्या है. Two friends we see Pranjal and Rajveer, they are set to go to Assam. Assam को आप tea country बोलते हो. Now the question can be why Assam is known as tea country and why Coorg is known as coffee country. Justify. ठीक है, आपको क्या करना है, आपको बस ये बताना है कि वहां पे कॉफी प्लांटेशंस बहुत ज्यादा है. पूरे कूर्ग में आपको अरोमा मिलेगा कॉफी का और सबसे ज्यादा वहीं पे कॉफी भी प्रोड्यूस होती है. सिमिलरली टी कंट्री क्यों है, क्योंकि ज्यादातर यहाँ पे टी फील्ड्स मिलेंगी. ओके, सो जस्टिफाई करना है, दैट्स इट. ऑल राइट, ये शुड बी, ये तो बहुत कॉमन सी बात है ना, आपको पता तो करना ही है. मैंने कैरेक्टर स्केच में भी आप लोगों को ये बात बताई है. So this is pretty important. All right, is that clear? Is that clear to everyone? Mr. Barua was yes. Okay, characters के मैंने आदित्य आपके साथ शेयर किया बेटा, वीडियो अवेलेबल है, please check the video on YouTube. I have also shared the very PDF with all of you on community. Please check that out, आपको पता चल जाएगा. Okay, so it has the largest concentration of plantations in the world, and they talk about the legends behind tea. One is the Chinese story, another one is the Indian legend. So tea and China, the history of the names like chai and chini. Okay, so they are the, like here they talk about the history, which is chai and chini. So reaching the destination Assam and then dropping in Mariani Junction. Junction का नाम पता करना जरूरी है. So finally क्या होता है? Finally they go to Dekya Bari tea estate, and women with bamboo baskets were plucking the new leaves from them, and they were wearing the bamboos. Oh, sorry, they were wearing the aprons. Okay. Now we see the story revolves around the beverage tea, telling us more about its history and discovery. It begins from the scene where two friends, Pranjal and Rajvi, are said to go to Sam Pranjal's hometown. A tea vendor asks them if they would like to have something, okay, freshly made tea. They buy 2 cups almost, okay, and now everybody in the compartment was drinking tea. That is where we come to know that the tea is used more as a beverage. Now the question can be, all right, then how can you say that the tea is used as a beverage? Because when Pranjal and Rajvi, they started their journey towards Assam in the train, they saw that everybody around them was having tea. Also, Rajvi had shared one of the facts that over 80 crore cups of tea are consumed on a daily basis. All right, so please be sure you are aware of everything that I've shared with all of you guys, क्योंकि मैंने आप लोगों को सब कुछ बता रखा है, ठीक है? सो कंफ्यूज मत होना प्लीज पेपर में, सारी इंफॉर्मेशन अपने साथ रखना. ऑल राइट, लेजेंड्स. ओके, फ्यूचर डॉक्टर मैं कल आती हूँ एक सेशन लेके, वहां पे बताती हूँ आपको किसके साथ कैसे डील करना है. ऑल राइट, ओके, अब हम आगे चलते हैं. That from there the journey begins and Pranjal starts reading his detective stories. All right, detective book, while Rajvi decides to enjoy the scenic beauty. ये वाला क्वेश्चन है कि ऐसा क्यों हुआ, ठीक है? मैंने इसका आंसर आपको बिगनिंग में दिया. So there was soft green paddy fields followed by tea bushes. So Rajveer is very excited on seeing such large plantations of tea. But Pranjal नहीं था, okay? He was not excited. क्यों? क्योंकि वो वहीं पैदा हुआ, ठीक है, और उसको पता था कि असम को टी कंट्री बोलते हैं. तो विजिटिंग देयर फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम राजवीर ने बहुत सारी स्टडी करी थी और उसने ये हमें बताया कि टी सबसे पहले डिस्कवर हुई थी 2700 बीसी में. ओके, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू वर्ड उसने ये भी बताया कि सबसे पहले हमने चाय, आई मीन चाय कंज्यूम हुई थी, वो यूरोप में हुई थी 16 सेंचुरी में. ओके, और वहां पे इट वाज यूज्ड एज मेडिसिन रादर देन बेवरेज. ठीक है, इज दैट क्लियर? पेडर का मतलब अंकित होता है बेकर, मतलब जो ब्रेड बनाता है, ब्रेड बेकर. ओके, all right, is that clear? During 16th century there are 80 crores cup of teas which are consumed every day. Absolutely correct. मैं स्टोरी ऑफ चाय भी लिख सकते हैं. हाँ हाँ, ऑफ कोर्स, कायनात नहीं, चाइनीज लेजेंड में, मतलब आई मीन जो चाइनीज स्टोरी है उसमें हाँ आप डेफिनेटली लिख सकते हो. दैट इज ओके. ओके, उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. यू कैन डेफिनेटली मेंशन दैट. ओके, उसमें कोई दिक्कत वाली बात नहीं है. इज दैट क्लियर? आदित्य कल आएगा या फिर मंडे को आएगा, ठीक है? So we are going to do that. All right. During 16th century in Europe, tea was used as a medicine. All right. It was being used as a medicine. All right. It was being used as a medicine. Absolutely correct. That is very right. All right. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate that. Absolutely. Alrighty. Here we go now. Okay, so there are numerous stories as to how it was discovered. One about a Chinese emperor and other about Buddhist. The former liked the taste, यानी कि Chinese emperor को taste अच्छा लगा, while the later used it for getting rid of sleep. Okay, sleep. तो मैंने इसको बहुत explicitly I have explained it to all of you in the Super 30 series which I have taken on the special app for all of you. Please make sure that you have been attending all my classes with all your heart. ओके, क्योंकि मैंने सारे आंसर्स आप लोगों को बहुत अच्छे से प्रोवाइड करवा दिए हैं. सो डोंट बी कंफ्यूज्ड एट ऑल. ऑल राइट, इज दैट क्लियर? मेंटी नहीं है उर्वशी बेटा, मेंटी नहीं है. फर्स्ट ड्रंक इन चाइना देन हाउ कैन बी एन इंडियन लेजेंड. गेमिंग दो स्टोरीज है बेटा, कि इंडिया में कैसे ओरिजिन हुआ और फिर चाइनीज कैसे, चाइना में कैसे ओरिजिन हुआ. सिर्फ दो स्टोरीज दी गई हैं, ठीक है? पीडीएफ हम लोग आपको दे देंगे, डोंट बी वरीड अबाउट इट. राइट, ओके, दिस वाज बिकॉज इट वाज द फर्स्ट टाइम राजवीर वाज एक्सपीरियंसिंग. All right, plantation, so he got excited about it. ठीक है, अच्छा ठीक है, okay. And Pranjal about tea in the story. Okay, is there any information? Sorry, what was the question provided Pranjal? नहीं उज्जवल, ऐसा कोई information नहीं है. There is no information. The information that we got was only from Rajveer. He was really knowledgeable. Pranjal was just listening to Rajveer, whatever he was saying. ओके, यस एवरीवन, 4 मार्क्स में बेटा आप लिख सकते हो 10 से 15 लाइन आपकी शीट का पहला साइड, और नेक्स्ट शीट का आप हाफ तक कर सकते हो आसानी से. ओके, इज दैट क्लियर एवरीबडी? समझ आ गया? तो वी सी एज दे आर हैविंग दिस डिस्कशन, ठीक है, वो लोग क्या करते हैं, डिस्कस करते करते स्टेशन तक पहुंचते हैं. मरियानी जंक्शन नाम है, ठीक है, प्लीज रिमेंबर ऑल दी स्मॉल डिटेल्स. ओके, वहां तक पहुंचते हैं, वहां पे उनके पेरेंट्स उनको रिसीव करते हैं. जब वो वापस जा रहे होते हैं, उन्होंने क्या देखा, एक कैटल ब्रिज है, वो ट्रक को रास्ता दे रहा है जो कि टी लीफ से फिल्ड था. ओके, जिससे कि उनको अटेंशन आया कि ये सेकेंड स्प्राउटिंग सीजन है. तो राजवीर ने बहुत पढ़ाई की थी, एंड व्हेन ही वेंट देयर ही जस्ट टोल्ड दिस टू हिज सॉरी टू प्रांजल's फादर कि ये सेकेंड स्प्राउटिंग पीरियड चल रहा है. तब मिस्टर बरुआ, ओके, हु इज एक्चुअली फादर ऑफ प्रांजल, उन्होंने कहा कि प्रांजल कि राजवीर ने अपना होमवर्क बहुत अच्छे से किया है. So this is very important. Pranav, thank you dear, thank you. Okay, is this clear everybody? ठीक है, राइट. अब इसमें कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड्स हैं. चाय हो गया, गरम, साफ हो गया, स्टीमिंग हो गया, एक्सक्लेम्ड हो गया, पैडी फील्ड, बैकड्रॉप, डॉफिंग, स्टडी, अमिट्स एंड बिलोइंग. ठीक है, प्लीज मेक श्योर सारे चैप्टर के वर्ड्स आप लोगों को क्लियर हैं. It's really really important that all the words they must be super duper clear to everybody right there. Okay, this is really important to understand. After this, what do we have? Concentration, aesthetic, and banish, clattered, weird, gravel, and pruned. Everything is important, everybody. I had explained everything so in detail when we dealt with one-to-word explanation. I don't want anybody to lose any mark because of any vocabulary issue. So make sure that you're working hard for it. You're learning every word, okay? Words, they are always and always important in your life. You can really flourish when in your life only and only if your vocab bank is filled. Okay, it's filled up to the brim. All right. Okay, now very great, Aditya. That's absolutely good. Okay, Arabic origin particularly will write about Kupia. हाँ, और आप बताओगे that they got married. Okay, उन्होंने वहाँ पे शादी भी कर ली थी ना, जो अलेक्जेंडर की आर्मी आई थी, तो they couldn't go back, so they settled among the locals and they got married among the locals. That is also very good, Bhumi. Absolutely right. An Indian Buddhist ascetic who cut his eyelid because he fell asleep during and 10 leaves. Yes, absolutely right. बिल्कुल ठीक है. ओके, सबको सब कुछ पता है, ठीक है. तो मैं बस आप लोगों को यहाँ पे रिवीजन करवा रही हूँ जिससे कि आप लोगों को कोई दिक्कत ना हो आंसर लिखने में. ऑल राइट. हाँ, 2 स्टोरीज है ना, इंद्रजीत आपको बताया, एक बौद्धि धर्म, एक चाइनीज स्टोरी है, ठीक है, बहुत क्लियर है ये. बौद्धि धर्म स्टोरी में क्या थी कि उनको नींद आती थी मेडिटेशन के टाइम पे, सो उन्होंने अपनी आईलेट्स को काट के आई मीन फेंक दिया था, तो वहां से 10 टी प्लांट्स निकल आए थे. चाइनीज स्टोरी में क्या थी कि कुछ मतलब पानी वाटर बॉईल कर रहे थे, सो जो ट्विग्स थी, कुछ जो मतलब लीव्स थी, ओके, एक मतलब जो प्लांट था उससे वो उसमें गिरी और उसका टेस्ट बदल गया, सो वहां से वो नेक्स्ट वहां पे डिस्कवर हुई. ओके, समझ आ गया? डिफरेंट फ्रॉम हिंदू मेन स्ट्रीम. हाँ, क्योंकि वहां पे अरब का कल्चर चल रहा था, ठीक है, दैट इज वाई. ओके, वहां पे बहुत सारी चीजें अलग थी, गेमिंग प्लाजा, दैट इज द थिंग. ऑल राइट, हियर वी गो. यूरोप में पहली बार 16th सेंचुरी में पी गई थी, ठीक है, और वहां पे मेडिसिन की तरह यूज की जाती थी, मतलब कंजम्पशन की मैं बात कर रही हूँ. कंजम्पशन की बात 16th सेंचुरी में यूरोप में हुआ था. ऑल राइट, वोकैबुलरी ये मैंने जो आपको प्रोवाइड करी वही है. ओके, 16th सेंचुरी हरुण, 16th सेंचुरी में, ठीक है, 16th सेंचुरी में 2700 बीसी से सब कुछ स्टार्टेड है, बट 16th सेंचुरी में पहली बार कंज्यूम की गई थी, एंड दैट टू एज अ मेडिसिन, नॉट एज अ बेवरेज. ऑल राइट, मेटाफर, आई एम कमिंग टू दैट, हम फॉर्म करेंगे, ठीक है. अब हमारा नेक्स्ट आ रहा है चैप्टर प्रपोजल. गाइस, जो भी डाउट्स हैं आप लोगों के रिलेटेड टू द चैप्टर, okay, that is related to your chapter glimpses of India, quickly सारे सारे डाउट्स immediately. I am welcoming all the doubts from the chapter. क्विकली लिख दो जल्दी से कमेंट सेक्शन में. पोम्स हम कर रहे हैं टीना बेटा, पोम्स में एंड में करूंगी, ठीक है. आई एम गोइंग टू लाइक लेट यू नो अबाउट ऑल द पोम्स. क्विकली जल्दी से बता दो. चाय इन चाइनीज, चाय का मतलब चाय ही होता है, ठीक है, चाय का मतलब टी. ओके, चाय यही है, टी. ओके, कुछ बता दीजिए. वोकैबुलरी आदित्य बेटा आपको बताया मैंने. Okay, Parso, Shruti Parso. Okay, what made Rajveer amazed on his way? When he saw the green fields, okay, the lush green fields, okay, and the tall trees. When he saw it outside the window, that is where he got amazed. All right, on yeah, Shambhavi, you can do that. When are you taking the practice? मैंने आपको बताया. 2 marks. How much marks will be grammar for in 2 marks? Grammar के लिए half mark बेटा. आपका grammar accuracy, आपकी spelling में गलती होगी या फिर आपका tense consistent नहीं होगा, half mark deduct होता जाएगा. ठीक है, ऐसा होता है। मतलब आप ये लगा लो कि अगर आपकी ग्रामर गलत है, स्पेलिंग गलत है, तो आपका 2 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है तो 1 मार्क्स आपका गया। Okay, is that clear? Okay, my magnificent being. Rajveer saw magnificent view. It was very beautiful. There were the trees that were standing, and there were the women who were working in the fields. They were appearing to be the doll-like figures. They were wearing the aprons. There were the bamboo baskets on their back, and he saw the and he saw the lush green paddy fields when they were moving in train towards Assam. That was the view. इसका आंसर हरून मैंने बहुत अच्छे से आपको सेशन में दे रखा है, जहाँ पे मैंने सुपर 30 एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चंस करवा रखे हैं। चेक दैट आउट। ओके, डॉफिंग का मतलब छोटे छोटे। और मेंटी अभी नहीं होगी बेटा, सब्जेक्टिव पेपर आ रहा है। राजवीर और प्रांजल में बेसिक डिफरेंस ये है कि राजवीर, ओके, ही वाज फ्रॉम दिल्ली एंड ही हैड नेवर सीन एनी ग्रीनरी, while Pranjal, he was born and brought up in Assam, so it was not new and magnificent for him to see outside the window. So Pranjal was not really as excited as Rajveer was. This was the basic difference. Greek story cool की यही है, that is what we talked about, that we had the people, all right, sorry, they were wearing the kupia, okay, and अरब की story ये है that they got married among the locals there. Okay, I hope that's clear. Blowing out, he cried that it's a tea garden. When Raju, yes, yes, Sumit, very good, very good, very good point. I appreciate that. Why did Mr. Barua? Barua ne isliye bola, Mr. Barua said this because he was amazed in knowing that Rajveer had studied well about Assam before visiting the place, because Rajveer was very well aware about the second sprouting period in Assam. All right, is that clear? Okay, all right. Yes, Gaming Plaza, you'll have to learn the names of the animals, the biodiversity, all the langurs and everybody and every other animal which is being mentioned. I had dealt with this question about the biodiversity of cooks so clearly when I was dealing with all the super 30 important questions. Check the video out on the special app. All right, so I hope that all the questions are now clear to everyone. Okay, all right. So we dealt with it. Okay. Yeah, Malabar squirrels, everything. Okay, 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 cool. So proposal पे हम चल रहे हैं. ये एक ड्रामा है, ये फार्स है. फार्स का मतलब क्या होता है? When we are dealing with a humorous kind of a story. Humorous का क्या मतलब होता है? यानी कि जब हम थोड़ा एक amusing story के साथ डील कर रहे हैं. Okay, alrighty. May to June, all right. टिप्स यही है, जस्ट टेक टू द सिलेबस, ओके, रिवाइज वेल, आपके रूल सारे रिवाइज होने चाहिए. मैं टिप्स के साथ भी आ रही हूँ. ग्लिम्सेस ऑफ इंडिया का थीम ये है कि ये हमें हमारे जो डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ इंडिया हैं, लश ग्रीन पार्ट जो हैं इंडिया के, उनके बारे में हमें बता रहा है. दैट इज द मेजर थीम, दैट्स इट. ओके, सबके थीम्स अलग अलग हैं, मैंने आपको बताया है. बैकड्रॉप डेंसली वुडेड हिल्स का ये मतलब है कि जब आप यहाँ से खड़े होके वहां दूर देख रहे हो तो आपको जो पीछे दिखाई दे रहा है वो ये दिख रहा है कि चारों तरफ घने घने जंगल है. आई मीन चारों तरफ घने पेड़ हैं. दैट इज व्हाट इट मींस. बैकड्रॉप का मतलब उसके पीछे आपको क्या दिखाई दे रहा है. ठीक है, बैकड्रॉप इन सिंपल लैंग्वेज इज बैकग्राउंड. दैट्स इट. ओके, ट्रेवलॉग का ये मतलब होता है कि जर्नी, जर्नी के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन देना. All right, is that clear to everyone? Apt का मतलब appropriate होता है. All right, came that explain Kupia. It's a long explain it, ma'am. Okay, when question came that explain Kupia. And it's a long frock and t-shirt. हाँ, तो कुपिया के बारे में आप यही बोलोगे ना कि वो ब्लैक कोट की तरह होता है और वहां पे एक एम्ब्रॉयडर्ड वेस्ट बेल्ट होती है. That's it. वही आपको डिस्क्राइब करना है. You are done. उससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं बोलना है. ठीक है. रोल ऑफ इट इज कॉल्ड एज द लैंड ऑफ रोलिंग हिल्स, क्योंकि वो स्टीप लैंड पे सिचुएटेड है. मैंने इसका आंसर भी आपको अच्छे से दिया बेटा. सुपर 30 सीरीज चेक कर लो, एग्जाम में बिल्कुल एकदम 40 ऑन 40 आ जाएंगे. विदाउट डाउट 40 ऑन 40 आ जाएंगे. मैंने सुपर 30 में सारे क्वेश्चन, 30 क्वेश्चन, मेजर क्वेश्चन हर चैप्टर के करवाए हैं. ठीक है, यू विल कम टू नो. ओके, नॉस्टैल्जी का मतलब होता है कि आप मेमोराइज कर रहे हो. ठीक है, आप उसको याद कर रहे हो. ऑल राइट. टीना, रोलिंग हिल्स बिकॉज वो स्टीप स्टीप माउंटेन पे, ओके, वो सिचुएटेड है. चेक दिस आंसर. ओके, आई हैव गिवन दिस सो क्लियरली. ऑल राइट, मूविंग अहेड. प्रपोजल ओरिजिनली टाइटल्ड है मैरिज प्रपोजल. इसका एक्चुअल मतलब ये है. ठीक है, ये एक वन एक्ट प्ले है, फार्स है ये. रशियन शॉर्ट स्टोरी राइटर और ड्रामेटिस्ट एंटन चेखोव ने लिखा है. स्पेलिंग अच्छे से याद कर लेना. इट्स CHEKHOV. ठीक है, लर्न कर लेना. और ये लिखा गया था 1888-89 में. ठीक है, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आपके पास अगर कोई बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन होता है किसी भी चैप्टर या पोम या प्ले का, so that is always and always beneficial for you guys. Why? Because when a value-based question comes in your examination, you can always give a philosophical start to your answer. Okay, you can always begin your answer in quite a journalized manner because that gives a start to your answer. Is that clear to everyone? Is that clear to everyone? Because these things are super duper important. Is this clear to everybody? Yes, everyone. In the comment section, quickly let me know, please. Please just let me know, because value based questions लिखने की trick I've been sharing with all of you since long. I've been saying this every time. I've been saying this every time, that whenever you write a long answer, we do not directly give an answer. Instead, you build a framework to that answer by introducing your answer with a journalized statement. So this is a piece of information that you all can use when a long answer is coming from your play the proposal. All right, समझ आया सबको? ओके, चिखोव सही नाम है, कॉर्वी एक्चुअल नेम चिखोव है. ओके, ये सही स्पेलिंग है. आई नो एनसीईआरटी थोड़ा गलत नहीं कर सकती हैं चीजों को, बट दिस इज एक्चुअल स्पेलिंग ऑफ द पर्सन. ऑलराइट, इज दैट क्लियर टू एवरीवन? यस. Yes, okay. The concept of marriage of convenience is still practiced in different part of the world. Critically examine the relation between Lomo and Natalia, highlighting the stance. Bhumi, this is absolutely right. The marriage of convenience basically means that when you are getting married to the same kind of a person, to a same kind of family that you belong to. I mean that here Natalia, she belonged to a rich family, and Lomo also belonged to a rich family. So they were looking for the convenience for both of themselves. All right, like they were looking for the convenience for themselves, because they wanted to get married to each other because of their wealthy, okay, because of their wealthy status as well. And Lomo wanted to get married to Natalia because he found that all the characters that are there, all the characters involved in the identity of Natalia were so convenient for him to be settled with. Okay, he justified his act by saying that she is beautiful, like she is an average looking kind of a girl. She knows about the household chores and she is very well educated. So he found all these characteristic traits in Natalia to be very convenient for himself, so that he could get a good partner. All right, this is the answer for that. All right, I hope that you got the answer for this. All right, what is the significance of Greeks and Arabs? Significance of Greeks and Arab is that their culture is still going on the same way. All right, and the people, they are Arabs and Greeks, they were known for their bravery and courage also, and that is why we see that the people, the Kyrgyz, they are very much like brave, and they are very much courageous as well. All right, so that is one of the things. All right, yeah, Chubukov is actually a good father, because like he, being a father, always wanted to do something that could have pleased his daughter. All right, like when there was a fight between them, okay, and like after the first fight, he went out, but she started wailing, and she called, like she told his father to just get she told her father to get him again into the house, and he went, okay, in order to bring him back. So he was performing his fatherly duties, and moreover he got so happy when he came to know that he had come in order to propose Natalia. All right, and he was like that she is of course going to give the consent. And at the end, like he was also trying to pacify both of them when they were again fighting after they had the fight related to the dogs. All right, so that is the thing that you'll have to keep in your mind. uh, okay, so we see, alrighty. So this is a one-act play that begins with a young man, Lomov. He is presenting a marriage proposal to the neighbor's daughter, and before he could actually convey it to the girl, they enter into an argument. ठीक है, ऑक्सन मीडोज की बात होते ही एक आर्ग्यूमेंट स्टार्ट हो जाता है. चुबुकोव जो लड़की का पापा है, ओके, वो भी एक हीटेड डिस्कशन ज्वाइन करता है. देन दे एंटर इनटू अनदर आर्ग्यूमेंट व्हिच इज रिलेटेड टू डॉग्स. दो आर्ग्यूमेंट्स होते हैं. वन आर्ग्यूमेंट इज रिलेटेड टू द लैंड, द अनदर आर्ग्यूमेंट इज रिलेटेड टू द डॉग्स. All these arguments, they are petty. Just see what is the word I am using for all of you. All these arguments, they are the petty arguments, or you will say that they are the trivial arguments. मतलब petty और trivial का क्या मतलब होता है कि छोटे मोटे arguments हैं, बड़े बड़े नहीं है. Arcs and Meadows, basically मैं भी आ रही हूँ उस point पे, Gaming Plaza, you'll come to know about that. I'm coming to everybody's question. Don't be worried about it, okay? So we see that in the midst of all this, proposal gets forgotten. ठीक है? So उनका जो main motive था वो तो वो लोग भूल जाते हैं और वो लड़ाई करने लग जाते हैं. So unfortunately quarreling जो continued रहती है. So what do we see everybody? इसमें आप लोगों को सारे जो main points है, मैं सिर्फ main points इसमें highlight कर रही हूँ. Holy's father and Natalia's father. Yeah, it can come. देखो, कोई भी किसी भी कैरेक्टर के बीच में आपका कंपैरिजन या कॉन्ट्रास्ट आ सकता है. आपको अपना माइंड यूज करना है. इसलिए मैं यहाँ पे मैराथन लेके आई हूँ कि आपको जितने भी मेन पॉइंट्स है ना, वो सब क्लियर हो जाए. मेन पॉइंट्स क्लियर हो जाएंगे ना, यू आर गुड टू गो फॉर योर एग्जामिनेशन. नथिंग एल्स अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट इज रियली नीडेड. ऑलराइट, Oxen Meadows, Yuvraj, I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. Listen to me. Listen to me, everybody. Okay, मैं आ रही हूँ. कर्टन राइज होता है, लोमोव एंटर करता है, लोमोव वॉज ड्रेस्ड इन हिज इवनिंग सॉरी चुबुकोव हाउस ही एंटर्स, और वो अपने इवनिंग ड्रेस में ड्रेस्ड होता है, ठीक है। चुबुकोव बहुत ज्यादा शॉक हो जाता है कि ऐसे क्यों आया है। लोमोव रिवील्स दैट ही हैड कम टू मेक अ रिक्वेस्ट। चुबुकोव एंटिसिपेट्स मतलब दैट ही सस्पेक्ट्स, okay, or he assumes, all right, that he must have come to ask for money which he doesn't intend on giving. But अब ये लोमोव की मैंने सीधा स्टेटमेंट ली है, you see, honored Stepanich, I beg pardon, Stepan Honorich, I mean I'm awfully excited, as you will please notice. In short, you alone can help me, though I don't deserve it, of course, and haven't any right to count on your assistance. तो यहाँ पे मुझे पता चल रहा है कि Lomo was quite nervous when he had come in order to seek for Natalia's hand for marriage. So on being revealed that Lomo had come to ask for Chubukov's daughter Natalia's hand in marriage, Chubukov बहुत excitement में फिर मतलब भर जाता है और वो फटाफट से नटालिया को बुलाने चाहता है. Now this is very important that the Oxon meadows were owned by. How can you say that Natalia was not convinced? Natalia was not convinced because she was continuously speaking wrong. She was abusing him. She was putting an allegation of him for being not a good neighbor. She was not ready to say that yes, it belonged to you. Instead, she was asking her father also to give the justification that the Oxen Meadows belonged to Chubukovs and not Lomovs. So she was very obstinate, she was very stubborn, she was very adamant in nature. Nowhere she projected herself to be a very well educated woman. Okay, I hope you got the answer for this. All right. So now we see चुबुको का स्टेटमेंट देखते हैं. मैंने मेन चीज ली है आपके प्ले में से, ध्यान से सुन लो जिससे कि कोई डाउट ना हो. ठीक है. All right. Here we go. All righty. So here we are. Natalia was a very obstinate girl. बहुत जिद्दी थी, बहुत ही stubborn थी, बहुत ही adamant थी, very well educated. जैसा कि लोमोव ने हमें बताया, हमको ऐसा नहीं लगा कि वो very well educated थी. उसका behavior. Describe two problems. Sleep sickness, okay, and heart palpitations. Okay, ये दो sickness है, sleep sickness और heart palpitation. Okay. Alright, Natalia was an admin girl. Okay, if he was a good father, then why doesn't he stop fighting? Alright, see, he was not there at the scene when he used to come. Okay, he used to favor Natalia, like being his daughter. Being the father of her daughter, of his daughter. He was like completely in favor of his daughter. Okay, but yeah, you cannot say that he was not stopping them. At the end, he was trying to pacify them. When there was an argument related to the dog, he was very much into pacifying both of them, and he being a good father, he made sure that the proposal was being made also. All right, so he was trying to do this. Like there was a statement that he made, and what was that statement? That since like everyone finds their respective dogs to be the finer one. Okay, so ये statement check करो आप, आपको पता चल जाएगा. She was a good housekeeper. Ramlal and Chubuko. Okay. Unseen passage, Sanjeev, हम करेंगे. We'll do the unseen passage. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, everybody. Chubukov क्या बोलता है? My dear fellow, I'm so glad and so on. Yes, indeed, and all that sort of thing. Embraces and kisses Lomo. I've been hoping for it for a long time. It's been continual desire. Shed the tear, and I've always loved you, my angel. ठीक है, ये वाले जो words हैं बहुत cheesy words हैं. ऑल राइट, ये वाले जो वर्ड्स हैं बहुत ही चीजी वर्ड्स हैं. कहाँ कहाँ गए ये वर्ड्स? ऑल राइट, yeah, and I have always loved you as my angel, as if you were my own son. May God give you both his help, his love, and so on, and so much hope. तो जब वो ये सारी बातें बोलता है, so this is all fake. This is not at all real. All right, he's not being real here. He is being fake here. Why? He says this only and only when he saw that the matter is in his favor. Okay, in his favor का मतलब क्या हुआ? That he has come for his daughter, and that is what he always wanted. So here the very dramatist is trying to tell us that the people, okay, the wealthy people, they always have this tendency that they want the alliance, the matrimonial alliance with the families which are wealthy. Okay, that is what you have to be keep in your mind. All right, is that clear to everyone? Between paragraphs, how to space lines. No need study for future. कोई जरूरत नहीं है, एक के बाद लिखते जाओ. कोई जरूरत नहीं है लाइन वाइन छोड़ने की आपको. All right, guess Lomov का dog है. Absolutely right, Ujjwal. All right, that is right. Okay, Chubukov, right, absolutely. So we see, what am I behaving in this idiotic way for? Am I off my balance? Absolutely off my balance. Oh, with all my soul, I'll go and call Natasha. Chubukov, why? Of course. So ये अब क्या होता है कि when he said this, no. So Lomo was thinking कि पता नहीं मुझे consent मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा. So will I be getting the agree like consent from her? He is like that she is a lovesick cat. Lovesick cat का मतलब क्या है? That she has been longing for his love for a long time. She has been in love with you. She would be agreeing to you in just one go. And this really proved right. How do we come to know this? When she started wailing, she started like behaving in a very dramatic manner. Okay. Is that clear to everyone? Below Oliver Lutkins was a complete contrast. मैं आ रही हूँ उस पे बेटा प्रशांत. Chapter wise doubts ले रही हूँ मैं. Chapter wise doubt लो ले रही हूँ. So she was hypocrite in nature. Okay, we don't have to leave lines. नहीं नहीं नहीं, कोई जरूरत नहीं है. एक ही go में जाओ. ठीक है? There is no need to leave any line. All right, here we go. Okay, moving ahead. Lomov is a 35-year-old gentleman, okay, who suffers from palpitations and he gets very easily, and he gets upset. वो जल्दी upset हो जाता है. तो उसने क्या सोचा? He was contemplating जब वो पापा गया बुलाने नटालिया को, so he was contemplating कि ये उसकी बिल्कुल सही एज है. तो बेस्ट एज यहाँ पे somebody भूमि आपने मुझसे क्वेश्चन पूछा था कन्वीनियंस से रिलेटेड. तो यहाँ पे वो अपनी कन्वीनियंस देख रहा था. वो कह रहा है कि अभी मेरी एज भी ठीक है और मैंने अपना माइंड भी बना लिया नटालिया से शादी करने का, क्योंकि नटालिया एवरेज लुकिंग है, गुड हाउसकीपर है एंड वेरी वेल एजुकेटेड भी है. दिस इज ऑल्सो व्हाट ही सेज. Okay, so Chubukov's daughter Natalia enters the scene only to see Ivan Vasilovich to see her surprise. Okay, her father has told her that some merchant was waiting to get his goods. This is a very important question. Why did his father say that the merchant has come for his goods? This is because he is indirectly and metaphorically referring merchant as Lomov and goods as Natalia. ठीक है, मतलब कि एक मर्चेंट यानी कि लोमोव अपना सामान लेने आया है. सो ये एक इनडायरेक्ट मेटाफोरिकल रेफरेंस है यहाँ पे. Then we see she apologizes for her apron. उसका apron गंदा हो रखा था. And she was shelling peas, मतलब कि मटर छील रही थी. And ask him to be comfortable. उसने उसको lunch भी offer किया. फिर उसने उसको ये भी बोला you can smoke. फिर वो weather के बारे में बात करने लग गए. Okay, so there was a good convo that was going on in between them. Alright, yes, she was a lovesick cat. We came to know because she started wailing when she came to know that like he had come in order to propose her and now he had gone out. So she was behaving in a very dramatic manner. That is where we come to know that she is absolutely a lovesick cat. All right. Okay. Lomov. Oxen Meadows Lomov से belong करते थे. All right. Yes, it's an important chapter, guys. Every chapter is important. Okay, you cannot leave even one single chapter. Don't even think of doing that. All right. Is that clear? Natalia wasn't ugly. She was an average looking kind of a girl. Okay, she was 25 years old and she was an average looking kind of girl. Okay, she was not too beautiful. She was not too ugly. She was a moderate kind of a girl who had very average looks. All right. Okay, Lomov can propose himself Natalia. Don't you think he said so? So that no, he doesn't. Okay, the thing is that Lomov, he couldn't directly propose her because he was having some kind of nervousness. Because when, like, I'll show you the dialogue. Then she starts talking about her haystack and she had been greedy enough to get the entire field card. While talking, she suddenly notices his dress and she asks him, okay, to just tell her the matter of concern. To which Lomov said that like he basically warned her that she could be surprised or she could be angry upon hearing. अब हम देखते हैं कि क्या होता है. She then offers Lomov sorry. उसके बाद ये होता है, Lomov की ये speech है. Okay, this is the speech. This is the major speech. Okay, this is the actual speech जहाँ से सारी लड़ाई start होती है. After this, they start saying the wrong things to each other. They started abusing each other. They started putting allegations on each other. They were saying anything and everything to each other. But Natalia, she had a superiority complex. Everyone understand what I'm telling you all. Natalia had a superiority complex. Okay, she had the superiority complex. She wanted to show that she was always right. She always wanted. She was never listening. Okay, she was never listening. Instead, she was always saying. She was not ready to believe what was being said by Lomo. And we come to know this because she was being very rude in her talk. She was being very wild. She was being violent in her words towards him. All right, is that clear? ओके, टीना 35 बेटा लोमोव की एज है. ठीक है, लोमोव की एज 35 है. मैं नटालिया की एज की बात कर रही हूँ. शी वाज 25. ओके, इज दैट क्लियर? ऑक्सन मीडो सुकुमारी एक्चुअली बिलोंग्ड टू लोमोव. ठीक है, ऑल राइट, इज दैट क्लियर टू एवरीवन? Alrighty, okay. All right, so Lomov, I shall try to be brief. You must know Honor Natalia Stepanova that I have long since my childhood. In fact, had the privilege of knowing your family. So what do we see? Lomov was really nervous. He was not directly coming to the main point. Instead, he was beating around the bush. Okay, he was talking about what? He was talking about the fact that their families, they were always well connected since the very beginning. The Lomovs and Chubukovs have always had the most friendly. Okay, मैंने ये part आप थोड़ा सा read करना, that he said I inherited my land, okay, from his late aunt. All right, and then he says that Chubukovs have always had the most friendly and I might almost say the most affectionate regard for each other. तो अब वो ना एक तरीके का फ्रेमवर्क बना रहा है. He is saying कि हमारा हमेशा से अच्छा बॉन्ड रहा है. And as you know, my land is a near neighbor of yours, and you will remember that my oxen meadow. When he mentions this now, when he mentions my oxen meadow, तो यहाँ से सारी लड़ाई स्टार्ट हो जाती है. Natalia got so agitated that my oxen meadows, no, it belonged to them. ओके, बीटिंग अराउंड द बुश का मतलब होता है कि घुमा फिरा के बात करना, सीधा मेन मुद्दे पर नहीं आना. ठीक है, ये एक ईडियम है, बीटिंग अराउंड द बुश. ऑलराइट बीस्ट. Yeah, he convinced himself for marriage because he was already 35, suffering from heart palpitation, and she was average looking. She knew about the household chores, okay, and she was very well educated as well. And he wanted to live a quiet and regular life, okay, and there is no chance that he's not going to get married. So, ये सारे reasons हैं usual. All right. Lomo by Natalia was claiming it. Tina, because she was under the perception that it belonged to them. क्यों? क्योंकि अब लोमोव एक reason हमें देगा, जो मैं आपको reason बताती हूँ, उसका ध्यान रखना आप. ठीक है. अब यहाँ पे हम देखते हैं कि नेक्स्ट क्या होता है. लेट्स हैव अ लुक एट इट. सो व्हाइल कंटिन्यूइंग देयर टॉक, दे हैड दिस like fight when he mentioned कि Oxen Meadows belong to them. Natalia could not believe a word he was saying because she believes that Oxen Meadows belong to her family. All right, both of them entered into a heated discussion, act childishly. So what exactly do we see? That they are so quarrelsome in nature, they are so argumentative in nature. All right, and these two adjectives, they are applied to three of them. That is father, that is Chubukov, Lomov, and Natalia. All right, while for Natalia, we can say that she was really obstinate in nature. She was so adamant in nature. Yani ki ziddi. These are all the like synonyms of each other. She was obstinate, adamant, and she was so very much you can say hypocrite. All right, she was a hypocrite as well. All right, that she was able to change her stance so quickly. All right, when she came to know that he had come in order to propose her. So what happened is, what were they doing? They were shouting, they were screaming, while Lumov suffers from extreme pounding of the hard and a numb foot. Okay, this is what was happening. Now, what is the justification that was being given by Lomov and the reason behind why Natalia was claiming it to be their land and why Lomov was saying that it belonged to him? सारा reason यहाँ पे दे रखा है. This is what you guys have to remember. It's a very important part of the speech of the entire play. That's why I've taken it for all of you. All right. So let's have a look. Alrighty, Corby. Lomo, but you can see from the documents on Natalia Stepanovna, Oxen Meadows, it is true, were once the subject of dispute. वो कह रहे हैं कि एक बार ना एक dispute का reason थे, लेकिन सबको ये बात अब पता है that they are mine. Alright, there is nothing to argue about. You see, अब ये story है. This is the story that you need to remember why the Oxen Meadows belong to them. Okay, this is the story. So he says my, यानी कि लोमोव की aunt की grandmother, यानी लोमोव की aunt की grandmom ने दिया था free use of these meadows, okay, in perpetuity. Perpetuity मतलब agreement, okay, एक mutual agreement में दिया था peasants को of your father's grandfather. यानी कि तुम्हारे पापा के ग्रैंडफादर को एक अग्रीमेंट में मेरी आंट की ग्रैंडमदर ने ये दिया था लैंड फ्री में यूज करने के लिए, जिससे कि उसके रिटर्न में वो लोग क्या करते थे पेजेंट्स, वो मेरी आंट की ग्रैंडमदर के लिए ईट बनाते थे, यानी ब्रिक्स बनाते थे. So this is the reason that you all need to remember for this very particular chapter. I hope that's clear to everybody right there. A very important part of this chapter. Kindly remember it, like what was the reason and what was the justification that was being presented by Lomo regarding the land. Okay, and then what happened is, the next thing that he mentions is, just have a look at it. The next thing that he mentioned, the peasants belonging to your father's grandfather had the free use of the meadows for 40 years. 40 साल तक उन्होंने free use किया and had got into the habit of regarding them as their own. when it happened. Okay, so यानी कि वो लोग उसको अपना क्यों मानने लग गए, क्योंकि 40 साल तक उन्होंने फ्री में यूज किया। लेकिन इसका ये मतलब नहीं है ये उनका था, है हमारा ही। हमने बस अलाउ किया था कि आप इसे फ्री में यूज कर लो और इन रिटर्न हमारे लिए ब्रिक्स बनाओ। ठीक है, सो ये वाली बात थी, समझ आई? All right. Okay, so now we are moving ahead. Now Natalia, all right, she was not ready to accept all this. She was really being very cruel and she was saying all this. What did she say? I can make you a present of them myself. तो यहाँ पे मुझे पता चलता है कि उसके अंदर सुपीरियोरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स था कि मैं तुम्हें उसका गिफ्ट खुद से दे सकती हूँ क्योंकि वो मेरे हैं। दैट इज वाई शी वॉज क्लेमिंग, शी वॉज नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग, शी वॉज नॉट रेडी टू अंडरस्टैंड। Okay, your behavior Ivan Vasilovich is strange to say the least. मतलब तुम्हारा जो behavior है वो बहुत ही strange है। up to this अभी तक हमने सोचा था कि तुम एक बहुत अच्छे neighbor हो, एक friend हो। last year lent हमने तुम्हें मतलब as in like हमारी threshing machine भी दे दी थी। although on that account we had to put off, हमें अपनी खुद की threshing, हमें अपनी जो फसल काटनी थी हमने खुद नहीं करी। ठीक है, हमें उसे postpone करनी पड़ी नवंबर तक। एंड अब तुम यहाँ पे जिप्सीज, जिप्सीज का मतलब होता है स्ट्रेंज लोग। ऑल राइट, पीपल दैट हु आर स्ट्रेंजर्स टू यू। ठीक है, गिविंग मी माई ओन लैंड, तुम मुझे मेरा खुद का लैंड दोगे? नो रियली, दैट्स नॉट एट ऑल नेबरली। ये तो ऐसा लग ही नहीं रहा कि तुम हमारे नेबर हो। मेरे ओपिनियन में तो ये बिल्कुल ही इम्प्यूडेंट एक्ट है, इफ यू वॉन्ट टू नो। So she was being obstinate, she was very strange, she was not behaving maturely, she was not behaving in a very well educated manner. अरे परपेचुइटी चलक मैंने आपको बताया बेटा, इसका मतलब एक म्यूचुअल अग्रीमेंट होता है। इज दैट क्लियर? Is that clear? Gypsy nomads. Nomads basically the people who who seem strangers to you. In the context of this particular meaning, I mean in the context of this paragraph, it means like the strangers. कि आप कोई stranger हो और मेरे से इतने बदतमीजी से बात कर रहे हो। All right, is that clear? Yes, it reflected their dog because that is you defend someone when you love someone. Okay, so that is why it was happening. Amanda was defending herself. Okay, like she was defending the reality. Why? Because she loved herself, and that is why she wanted the freedom. She was seeking freedom for herself. So you always defend someone when you love someone. Keep it in your mind. All right. Neighbors, okay, I had good relationships. Yes, Bhavna, they had good relationships because like threshing machine का आप example दोगे, उन्होंने उसे lend किया था। दूसरी बात कि like Chubukov, he had always been lending money to him whenever he needed, because हमें starting में ये बहुत अच्छे से mention है। Also the thing is that like their families, okay, they were always very much friendly related with each other since their childhood. ओके, एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू द स्टोरी मतलब जो उनके आंट थे, आई मीन चुबुको लोमोव्स के जो क्या कहते हैं एंसेस्टर्स थे, उन्होंने लैंड फ्री में यूज करने के लिए चुबुकोव्स को दिया था। सो आप ये सारे पॉइंट्स यूज करोगे। इम्प्यूडेंट का क्या मतलब होता है आप लोग मुझे खुद बताओगे? मैंने बहुत बार आप लोगों को बता रखा है, इतना इजी वर्ड है, मुझे इतना ज्यादा क्या कहते हैं गाइस डिसअपॉइंटमेंट बिल्कुल नहीं चाहिए। इम्प्यूडेंट का क्या मतलब होता है? स्ट्रेंज। वेरी गुड राजीव, थैंक यू। ठीक है, सो इम्प्यूडेंट का मतलब होता है स्ट्रेंज। कीप दैट इन योर माइंड। इज दैट क्लियर टू एवरीवन? Okay. He loved his daughter, but he was he was a good father. अच्छा father था, अपनी बेटी के लिए सब कुछ चाहता था, so he was a good father. Of course he was a good father. मैंने इसका reason दिया है वीडियो के starting में, just have a look, okay? So they throw Lomov out of the house and continue cursing him. So वो सारे जितने भी they are turnip host and there are a lot of other words that are being used, उनका कोई मतलब नहीं है। Simple layman language में वो गालियां हैं। ठीक है, सो वाइल स्पीकिंग इल ऑफ हिम, चुबुकोव ने अनइंटेंशनली रिवील कर दिया कि वो मैरिज प्रपोजल के लिए आया था। सो नटालिया इमीडिएटली रिग्रेट करने लग गई। ठीक है, शी स्टार्टेड वेलिंग, शी स्टार्टेड क्राइंग, शी स्टार्टेड स्पीकिंग बिहेविंग इन अ वेरी ड्रामेटिक मैनर। मेलो ड्रामा बिल्कुल बाहर आ गया निकल के। ठीक है, she tells her father to bring him immediately, okay, and then he says that it's a curse to be a father of a grown up girl. Why does he say that? Because like you have to agree to everything she is mentioning, because ultimately it's about her future that the father is concerned about, and the future is with Lomov according to Chubukov in the play. All right, is that clear? भुवनेश, सब कुछ ह्यूमर है, सब कुछ ह्यूमर है। वो लोग छोटी छोटी बातों पे लड़ रहे हैं, ठीक है, और वो मतलब ये उनकी जो फाइट है, लाइक द फाइट ऑन द डॉग्स एंड द फाइट ऑन द लैंड, ओके, दैट इज वेरी मच ह्यूमरस इन नेचर इटसेल्फ। ऑल राइट, दैट इज वेरी मच ह्यूमरस, सो आप उसको भी पिन पॉइंट करोगे। ऑल राइट, दैट इज एब्सोल्युटली राइट। So we see when Lomov returns, Natalia tries to deviate to another topic and starts talking about shooting. Okay, somehow they enter into an argument about their dogs, and Natalia feels that her squeezer is better than Lomov's guess. So they continue arguing when Chubukov enters और situation और बेकार हो गई. Everyone gets hyper. Lomov fall. Sorry, Lomov had finally fallen. Okay, due to his palpitations. ठीक है? तब भी cursing continue थी and Natalia notices that he is unconscious. They try to get water down his throat but end up getting unsuccessful और उसको declare कर दिया वो तो मर गया भाई. ओके फाइनली लोमोव थोड़ा सा मुड़ता है, चुबू को फोर्सफुली उसका हाथ नटालिया के हाथ में देता है एंड उनको ब्लेसिंग्स देता है और बोलता है आस्क देम टू किस. ओके अभी तक लोमोव अनकॉन्शियस ही था, पता नहीं था क्या हो रहा है. Finally comes to his senses and he expresses his excitement and kisses Natalia's hands. Alright, so Natalia being childish as she is manipulates him into accepting कि squeezer better है लोमोव से, but वो accept नहीं करता है, फिर से quarreling चलती है. So सारा play is a humorous play. It is really funny and amusing that a very important thing, a proposal is made amidst the quarrel. This is one of the greatest humorous incidents in this particular play. Alrighty. Okay, now we are moving to the next chapter. Madam Writes a Verse, written by Walikanan. Kindly remember it. So, what exactly is this chapter, Madam Writes a Verse, all about? It's about a brave 8-year-old girl, ठीक है, जिसकी एक बहुत ज़्यादा strong desire थी और साथ के साथ courage भी था कि वो उसे fulfill कर सके. So what did she do? She liked gazing at the hustle and bustle of the street. यानी कि hustle bustle हम बोलते हैं. Yes, should be she is a lovesick cat because she was longing for his love for a longer duration. When her father, like unintentionally told her that Lomov had come to propose her after the first fight, she immediately changed her stance and she immediately started uttering a cry. She started wailing. She started behaving in a dramatic manner and she told her father to go and fetch him again into the house. So this is the clear-cut indication that she was herself in love with him and she wanted him to propose her. That is why we can say she was a lovesick cat. All right. Chail pale. Absolutely correct. All right. Okay. Amanda is somewhere between 8 to 10. Okay. We do not call her a teenager. Okay. She's just a small little child. All right. Squeeze are better or guess. See, like both of them, they are better at their particular places. It was just a matter of fight between them. Like they wanted themselves. Okay. I mean, Lomo wanted Natalia to agree on the fact that guess is better. But Natalia wanted Lomo to agree that Squeezer is better. So they were trying to defend their respective dogs accordingly. All right, refers to her as goods and Natalia's. ये मैंने आपको बताया. All right, how can we say that he's a good father? Anita, that was just a metaphorical representation, dear. Metaphor use किया गया था, indirect metaphor था, ठीक है, जहाँ पे merchant को बोला गया Lomov and goods को बोला गया क्या कहते हैं Natalia. So that was just an indirect reference. Okay, आप ये ऐसे हम normal life में भी use कर सकते हैं. You were just using the fact that like now somebody has come in order to take what belongs to him. So that is just an indirect way of saying that he has come to propose you. Okay, but of course she didn't understand that because she was not aware of it. Parts का मतलब होता है a story which is using the humorous elements. Okay, मतलब funny elements. Is that clear? Okay. Now, two aspects Wally realizes at the end that death, okay, is a permanent thing in the world. It can come to anybody. And also that we cannot know whatever is happening in the world outside by just being at home. Okay. All right. Okay, everybody. Next. So we see her favorite part was the sight of a bus arriving and departing. उसको वो चीज़ बहुत पसंद थी ये देखना कि बस आ रही है और बस जा रही है. तो उसकी एक डेवलप हो गई डिज़ायर कि उसको भी ट्रेवल करना है बस से, इसलिए उसने सारी टाइप की इन्फॉर्मेशन गैदर करी. उसने बस फेयर के बारे में पता किया, उसने प्लान किया और फाइनली उसे एग्जीक्यूट किया. और उसने क्या प्लान किया, कब एग्जीक्यूट करेगी, जब मम्मी एक आफ्टरनून नैप लेगी फ्रॉम 1 to 4 इन द रूम. तो स्टोरी हमें क्या बताती है that how innocently but in a very responsible manner Wali, all right, she took a decision for herself and she experienced, all right, the bus ride. So how an incident makes her realize the reality of death. Okay, so finally उसको end में ये realize होता है कि death is something real. She was just a very small girl to understand the nature of death. She realizes that nature can bring sadness or sorrow immediately. Okay, as we saw that she was completely, can we use lovesick dog? नो 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 नो, लव सिक कैट ही एक इडियम है, लव सिक डॉग कुछ नहीं होता है, ठीक है. All right. So the lesson is about an 8-year-old girl named Wali. ठीक है, उसके कोई फ्रेंड्स नहीं थे खेलने के लिए. So what did she used to do? वो बस अपना टाइम स्पेंड करती थी बाहर देख के. ठीक है, उसका फेवरेट पार्ट वही था, बस को देखना एवरी आवर. उसको उससे बहुत मजा आता था. शी यूज टू गेट एंडलेस जॉय. ऑल राइट, उसलिए उसको धीरे धीरे इसकी विश डेवलप हुई दैट आई वुड ऑल्सो लाइक टू हैव अ राइड ऑन बस. ओके, तो सून उसका जो डिजायर था वो चेंज हो गया उसके मिशन को. So she started listening to the conversation between their neighbors who used to frequently visit for the bus journey, all right. And she started noticing all the discreet questions. She started asking the careful questions, and she started collecting all the required information, which was very important. So just like this, I mean, the information that she gathered is very important. And what is that information? She came to know that the town is 6 miles away from her village, and it took the bus 45 minutes to travel one side. So what do we say? She was carefully noticing every detail that was being needed in order to just fulfill her desire to travel on the bus. All right, is that clear? As a teenager, not 10. No, no, Damini, she's not a teenager. Don't write that. Okay, like 8 to 10 years also can have the acne on the face. Okay, that is fine. All right, is that clear to everybody? You want a break? Take a break for 5 minutes then. All right. Take a break for 5 minutes. That's completely okay. All right. You can join me after 5 minutes. An exaggeration in the play to comment on courtship in his time. Yeah, Minumra, that is right. आपको सब कुछ इसमें आपको फाइट के बारे में लिखना है. I told you. आपको इसमें अपना फाइट के बारे में you'll mention. Okay. Also you'll mention about the thing कि एक important चीज proposal. Okay. वो कि कैसे कैसे हुआ वो proposal. वो proposal हुआ in a very funny manner कि छोटी छोटी बातों के बीच में लड़ाई करते करते बीच में proposal आया. So that is the humorous element that you have to talk about. Chaos is confusion. Alrighty. Most fascinating was the bus travel. Yes, yes, Corby, absolutely right. Okay, absolutely right. Very good, Corby, absolutely good. So we see one side 30 paisa tha, so she collected 60 paisa. Okay, therefore she started planning and replanning. This is very important. This shows that she was so very much dedicated, hardworking, and determined. These are the three things that you have to keep in your mind, and this comes in similarity with Richard Ebright from the very chapter, The Making of a Scientist, that she planned and she replanned. So she was making it sure that whatever she planned, that was completely right, because she wanted to execute the plan in a very successful manner. And this we saw in the chapter happen. So she could sneak out during her mother's afternoon nap. So she needed to save money. She resisted all her temptations to buy toys, peppermints, and to go on merry-go-round, all right, in the fair. Finally, she saved money, and one fine day she took the journey. So she refused to take any help from the conductor or the fellow passengers. She was not ready to be called as a child, and she made it so clear that she had purchased the ticket in order to travel on the bus. All right. Is that clear to everybody? So we see it was an amusing sight for everyone to see such a small girl all alone acting like an adult. And the conductor was of the joking sort, and that is why he mentioned her, like he gave her the title Madam. And she was very much short heighted. She couldn't see outside the window because of the canvas blind. All right. That is why she had to stand on the seat to look out of the window. So there were the people who were concerned about her safety, and they were asking her to sit, but she was not agreeing to them. There was an ugly woman who was wearing the long earrings, and there were like big ear holes, and she could spit the beetle. Okay, she was chewing the beetle nut, and she could have spilled it any moment. So she was finding that women like completely repulsive. All right, so she didn't want to be friends with anyone, and she was not considering her to be socially capable. All right, and she was finding the very sight of a cow running in front of the in front of the bus to be very enjoyable. All right, she was clapping her hand and she was enjoying it. All right, it was a funny scenario for everybody in the bus also. All right, yes, that's absolutely correct. All right, is that clear, everyone? Okay, so here we go. All right, so while returning, what do we see? While returning, what are the things said by I'm sorry, guys. There are a lot of questions that are coming up said by Chubukov and Lomov dog breed. Yeah, so Pranav Chubukov mentioned this so clearly that everyone loves their respective dogs. All right, since the dog belonged to Lomov, so definitely he would love it. And since like the squeezer belonged to them, so they'll be favoring them. Okay, so there's a particular statement that's given in the book. I have used it here in my own words, but I would suggest you to please try to quote those words directly in your answer if you want to make your answer really worthy and presentable. All right, for very little things like their dogs. Imagine yourself in a conversation on something that they did for their dogs. Study with talk with partner. इसमें आप कुछ भी लिख सकते हो. Okay, you can talk about anything. Okay, you can talk about their breeding nature. You can talk about their physical appearance. You can talk about their heights. Anything. All right, this is very important for everyone right there to understand. Is that clear? Is that clear to everybody? Yes. Is that clear to everyone? Why Vali got angry with that old lady? Because she was really repulsive in nature. She was not appearing to be good. इतने बड़े बड़े कान में उसके होल्स थे और इतने बड़े बड़े इयररिंग्स पहन रखे थे और बीटल नट यानी कि पान ओके पान सुपारी वो चबा रही थी जिससे पूरा वो रेड रेड हो रखा था उसका माउथ और वो कभी भी बाहर गिर सकता था तो एक छोटे बच्चे के लिए ये वाला सीन ना बहुत टाइडी सीन नहीं था उसको अच्छा नहीं लग रहा था ऑलराइट इज दैट क्लियर Is that clear to everybody? All right. So while returning, she carried extreme enthusiasm. All right. She carried an extreme enthusiasm until she saw a cow lying lifeless on the road. So it was the same cow that's so joyous previously. Wali got terrified at the fact that how a creature so full of life can instantly turn into something horrible. ये बहुत important चीज है. Okay. How do we come to know that she realized the very reality of death? Okay. And how can you say that death, okay, can change the mood of a person or lamentation? Okay, आपको ये sermon at बनारस के साथ भी link हो सकता है कि lamentation कैसे how was she lamenting about it? ठीक है, what did she understand about that? Okay, just relate it with the story of Kisa Gautami and your Madam Rides a Bus. All right, is that clear to everyone? It's a kind of comedy which includes situation and dialogue that are ridiculous, exaggerated, and even absurd. Absolutely correct. Evaluate the play, the proposal as a farce. रजत इसमें आपको सब कुछ आपके उनके दोनों की फाइट्स के बारे में बताना है और फाइनली प्रपोजल हुआ बस जो मैं आपको बता रही थी अभी पिछले चैप्टर में वही मेंशन करना है ऑल राइट नथिंग एल्स मैंने इसका आंसर आपको बहुत क्लियरली दे रखा है बेटा आई डोंट नो आपने सुगर 30 सीरीज अटेंड करी है या नहीं वहां पे मैंने इसका आंसर बहुत डिटेल में आपको दे रखा है प्लीज लुक एट दैट वीडियो एवरीवन द पीडीएफ्स आर अवेलेबल ऑन द कम्युनिटी kindly check it out for your good for your benefit okay this is going to be really really important all right. Okay, here we go. Alrighty. So now, upon reaching home, she found her mother and aunt talking about the endless possibilities in the world outside. Wali affirmed as in उसने हाँ बोला, उसने yes बोला इस बात के लिए. To her mother saying, leaving them like to what they were saying. तो उसकी मम्मा बहुत ज़्यादा astonished हुई, shocked. तो शी देन जस्टिफाइड रिएक्शन कि मैंने ऐसे कैजुअली अग्री किया कि हाँ आप ठीक कह रहे हो सो जो आंट थी वो कह रही थी कि शी इज़ अ वेरी नो स्पोकिंग चाइल्ड मतलब वो बड़ों की बात में बहुत ही ज़्यादा टांग अड़ाती है ठीक है सो बट हर एंड देन रेफर टू हर एज लाइक दिस लेकिन वाली को ही पता था कि वो ऐसा क्यों बोल रही है क्योंकि उसकी खुद की जर्नी के बारे में किसी को नहीं पता था वो बाहर घूम के आ गई एंड नोबडी वाज अवेयर ऑफ इट ऑल राइट क्लियर ओके आई होप द चैप्टर इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन मटिल्डा की वेनिटी का मतलब ये है कि वो बहुत ज्यादा प्राउड शी वाज प्राउड ऑफ हर ब्यूटी she was proud of her beauty due to which her life got ruined okay she always had desire for the luxurious life she always wanted to possess more than what she could possess okay जितनी उसकी एबिलिटी थी उससे ज्यादा उसको चाहिए था तो वेनिटी का मतलब होता है वेनिटी का मतलब हमेशा ये होता है कि आप अपने आप में ही बहुत घमंडी हो को आपके किसी एक चीज की वजह से ऑलराइट दैट इज व्हाट इट मीन महेश मैंने इसका आंसर दिया दिस इज एब्सर्ड ठीक है फार्स में कॉमेडी है यहाँ पे बहुत सारे कॉमिक सीन्स हैं कि पहले तो चुबुको वो डाउट कर रहा था फिर अचानक से जब उसको पता चला कि हाँ ये तो मेरी बेटी के लिए रिश्ता लेके आया है तो उसने बहुत चीजी स्वीट वर्ड्स नहीं यूज किए तो वहां पे हमें हंसी आती है कि अचानक से इसने अपना पूरा तरीका बदल लिया फिर यानी कि इतनी लड़ाइयां हुई एक दूसरे को कुछ बोला उसके बाद जब चुबुकोव ने फिर से नटालिया को बताया कि वो तो प्रपोज करने आया था नटालिया इमीडिएटली अलग ही तरीके से बिहेव करने लगती है वो मतलब रोने सा लग जाती है नाटक सा करने लग जाती है जैसे पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा और फटाफट से पापा को बोलती बुला के लाओ फिर जब वो आता है वो शूटिंग की बात करती है और फिर दूसरे टॉपिक पे लड़ाई स्टार्ट हो जाती है सो आपको ये सारे पॉइंट्स को लिंक करते हुए लिखना है कि ये एक्चुअली ह्यूमरस है मतलब मेन पॉइंट जो है वो डेविएट हो रहा है और कहीं ना कहीं बीच में वो फनी इंसिडेंट्स लेके आ रहे हैं जिससे कि रीडर बहुत ज्यादा अपील हो वाइल रीडिंग ठीक है, इज दैट क्लियर? मेलोड्रामेटिक, राइट? ओके, इज दैट क्लियर टू एवरीबडी? समझ आया व्हाट वी आर डूइंग हियर? सबको समझ आ रहा है? आर यू ऑल लाइकिंग द सेशन गाइस? डू नॉट फॉरगेट टू हिट द लाइक बटन, ठीक है? लाइक बटन में कोई कंजूसी नहीं आनी चाहिए। एवरीबडी क्विकली क्विकली लाइक द सेशन एवरीवन, फटाफट से जल्दी से लाइक कर दो सब लोग इमीडिएटली। ऑलराइट, दैट कंडक्टर जॉली नेचर का था क्योंकि उसने उसे मैडम बोला, राइट? मैडम एक ऐसा वर्ड है क्योंकि वो उसको मैडम इसलिए, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है, उसने मैडम ही इसलिए बोला क्योंकि उसको ये दिखाना था कि छोटी सी बच्ची है लेकिन बड़े की तरह बिहेव कर रही है, ठीक है? दैट इज व्हाई ही सेड इट। लेमेंटेशन का मतलब होता है दुख मनाना, ओके? हिंदी में हम उसको बोलते हैं दुख मनाना। ऑलराइट, इज दैट क्लियर? कंपैरिजन बिटवीन भोली की पर्सनालिटी, वाली भोली जो थी वो बहुत ही ज्यादा इंट्रोवर्ट थी, वाली एक्सट्रोवर्ट थी। भोली करेजियस नहीं थी, वाली करेजियस थी। वाली शुरू से ही करेजियस थी, वाली हैज बीन करेजियस सिंस द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द चैप्टर। शी वाज बोल्ड, शी वाज ब्रेव, शी वाज कॉन्फिडेंट, शी वाज डिटर्मिन्ड, शी वाज डेडिकेटेड, शी वाज हार्ड वर्किंग. Boli in the beginning has been portrayed as a simpleton, okay, an extrovert child who was not confident. She was slow in learning and she was not liked by her parents, okay. But after she had got the education, after she was empowered, Bholi and Wali, they showed the similar kind of characters. Now, Bholi was also educated. She was bold, she was brave, she could stand for herself, she could plan for herself, and we see that she planned a future for herself by serving, by declaring that she would serve her parents and would teach in the school where she herself got educated. Okay, so these are the similarities that you will have to talk about. All right, nothing else apart from this. All right, is that clear to everyone? Okay. So now we are coming to the next chapter, everybody, which is again a very important chapter, everyone. Let's have a look. What does it talk about? Hey, Himani. Hi, dear. Excursion basically means journey. All right. Okay, here we go. Matilda got ruined because she was too much into showing things and she was so greedy, she was so selfish. She didn't understand that one should always live in the means that one is provided with. All right. Is that clear, everyone? Yes, is that clear? Lamentation. Okay, here we go. Why Custard cried for a nice safe case since he was braver than the other members of the house. All right, is that clear to everyone? Okay, making a scientist. What is the importance of making a scientist? Okay, here we go. All right, what the aunt was taking when Wali came to home after her journey. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Okay, okay, everybody. All right. So now I'm coming to all the questions, everybody. The sermon in Benares, okay, iska source hai Betty Renshaw. All right, values and verses, a college reader, okay, 1975. तो गाइस बनारस की स्पेलिंग आपकी ES करके दे रखी है, सो मेक श्योर कि आप यही स्पेलिंग को फॉलो कर रहे हो. ऑलराइट, दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, सो नाउ वी आर मूविंग अहेड. अब हम चैप्टर क्या इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं? चैप्टर द समन इन बनारस एक लाइट थ्रो कर रहा है अर्ली लाइफ ऑफ लॉर्ड बुद्धा पे, ओके, जो ओरिजिनली बॉर्न था प्रिंस की तरह एक रॉयल फैमिली में. All right, is that clear? So, on being exposed to the sufferings of the world, which he was earlier shielded from, he left his priesthood and went in search of salvation, thus leaving all the worldly pleasures behind. Okay, this is very important that he was born as a prince, okay, and he lived a life of prince, but later on, sab kuch, matlab he left, okay, why? Because he wanted to become a priest. So, upon attaining the spiritual awakening, he gave his first sermon in the city of Benares, hereby making a lady named Kisa Gautami realize that men are mortal and a wise person should not grieve and at what is bound to happen, for it only enhances pain and suffering. ठीक है, तो कीसा गौतमी के स्टोरी के थ्रू ही इज एक्सप्लेनिंग दिस टू अस दैट दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. All right, this is very very important for everyone. Okay, this is very important for everybody to understand that all right, this is very important for everyone to understand that whatever is supposed to happen in the world would happen, so like we shouldn't limit for a longer time. Okay, all right, is that clear? Okay, so now moving ahead, Gautama Buddha was born to a North Indian royal family as a prince and he was named Siddharth Gautam. सारा factual chapter है, make sure कि chapter को read किया है आपने. Okay, this is really very much needed. All right, is that clear to everybody? Now, when he was 12 years old, he was sent to a faraway place to study Hindu sacred scriptures and upon returning 4 years later, यानी कि 12 साल में यहाँ भेजा गया, फिर 16 साल की उम्र में मैरिड हो गया एंड फिर उन्होंने एक बच्चे को जन्म दिया, ठीक है, एंड देन दे लिव्ड फॉर रॉयल्टी फॉर अबाउट 10 years. यानी 25 years तक, like I mean like 25 years तक they really enjoyed. All right. हाँ, आपको लर्न करना है ऑथर का नाम, ठीक है, इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो रॉयल्स जो थे वो प्रोटेक्टेड थे सारे अनप्लेजेंट एक्सपीरियंसेस से, मतलब जो भी सॉरोज होते हैं, जो भी सैडनेस होती है, ओके, इन सब चीजों से, ओके, ये लोग बहुत ही ज्यादा दुखी थे. ऑल राइट. सो ऑन हिज वे हन द प्रिंस मेट अ सिक मैन, ठीक है. सो एक मतलब उनको एक मतलब आदमी से मिले वो, और एक एजेड मैन से मिले, एक फ्यूनरल प्रोसेशन, और एक मंक जो एल्म्स मांग रहा था, मतलब कि बेसिक नेसेसिटीज ऑफ लाइफ, फूड एंड कपड़ा मांग रहा था, ठीक है, अपने लिए. ऑल राइट. सो ये वाले एक्सपीरियंसेस आई ओपनर की तरह काम किया, एंड ही लेफ्ट द रॉयल्टी बिहाइंड, एंड ही वांटेड टू सीक फॉर एनलाइटनमेंट, स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज. ओके, स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज का मतलब होता है एनलाइटनमेंट. All right, everyone. Hey, Himani. Hi. You were from Aurangabad. I'm sorry I missed it. All right. Is that clear? Okay. Okay, so moving ahead, everybody, enlightenment hai, theek hai. Upon attaining salvation, he began preaching. So he gave his first sermon in the city of Benares. So this is very, very important for everybody. All right, this is very, very important for everyone, okay, to understand what I am here talking about. All right. So here, what do we go is that this is what you have to keep in your mind. So now, like when he was like when he was he attained the spiritual knowledge, ठीक है. और क्या हुआ था कि what he did is that he for 7 years he wandered, okay, in search of enlightenment. लेकिन then he finally sat under a people tree, ठीक है, and in 7 days he achieved the enlightenment. All right, so therein like he achieved the spiritual knowledge that death and decay is an inevitable part of life, okay, and this will definitely be happening one day. All right, and this will definitely be happening this will definitely be happening, and these are the terms of the world. All right, these are the terms of the world that one need to understand. All right, is that clear to everyone? So we see there was a lady named Kisa Gautami whose son, okay, whose only son had died, and now she was suffering, okay, unending pain tha. She was not coming to her senses. She wanted her son to be revived again anyhow. So she was just going from house to house in search of a medicine, and finally, all right, she came across a man who suggested her to go to the Sakya Muni, that is the Buddha, who would tell her, okay, or who would give her the medicine, or who would help her, okay, in order to lessen her suffering. Okay, so people, they were all thinking her to be completely out of her senses, but when she got the solution, all right, she went to Buddha, and Buddha, what did he do? He asked her to get a handful of mustard seeds, all right, from a house wherein no death had ever taken place. So he had put a condition, but this had helped Kisa Gautami with a hope. Okay, so once again she went on a search from house to house, but to her dismay. Dismay का क्या मतलब होता है? That she was completely like she was completely disheartened. She couldn't find the mustard seeds from a house that fulfilled Buddha's condition. And therein she realized something very, very important. She was totally disheartened. She was sitting at the edge of the road, and she was realizing that she was so selfish. How did she realize that? She saw the flickering of the lights, okay, झपझपाना lights का, और finally उसने देखा कि वो एकदम से बुझ गई. ठीक है, so she realized there कि everything in the world is supposed to end one day. All right, so she became conscious of the fact that nobody can escape the cycle of life. All right, sorrow is one of the important death is one of the important parts of life. Okay, and that is what exactly Buddha wanted her to understand. All right. No, there is no Indraji. She started her journey right at 1 p.m. Okay. And then she went there, right, reached the town 1:45. She started from there at 2. She came back like at 2:45. So she had to like complete her journey between 1 to 4. That is the right thing. Okay. Opinion about that. Death is inevitable. It is unavoidable. All right. It is one of the major terms of the world. This is how the world runs. Okay. The life cycle of, cycle of life. Okay. Depends upon लाइफ एंड डेथ. ओके, मैंने इसका आंसर बहुत अच्छे से दिया है स्टूडेंट्स. मैंने आपको जो 100 सब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चंस दिए हैं, प्लीज वो क्वेश्चंस को ध्यान से कर लो. ओके, बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है. मैंने सारे आंसर्स प्रोवाइड करे हैं. दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. भुवनेश, इसका आंसर आई गिवन इन द वेरी क्वेश्चन, आई मीन इन द वेरी 100 important questions that I dealt, okay, day before yesterday. The PDF is available on the community. Kindly check it out. All right. Okay. Okay, so we get, according to Lord Buddha, feeling of grief and sorrow only increase man's pain and suffering, thus deteriorating his health. One can never attain the mental peace, okay, if he laments for a longer duration. Also, lamentation doesn't, like, dead cannot be saved by lamenting, okay. The person who is dead is dead, okay. The person cannot be brought back, or the person cannot be revived to life again, all right, just by lamenting, okay. So it is important to understand that what is needed. All right. I mean, to what is needed to understand. So, therefore, a wise person fully aware about nature's functioning must not grieve at something bound to happen, and only then he can be happy and blessed. It is very important. A wise person can be happy and blessed only and only if, like, he is happy and blessed. Is that clear to everyone? Okay. Is that clear to everybody right there? Right? All right. So now the next chapter that we are moving to, this is the making of a scientist. Again, an important chapter. Let's have a look. What does it talk about? Broadly, the chapter is talking about Richard H. Ebright, all right, who grew up in the town of Reading in Pennsylvania, USA. Okay, he didn't have a lot of things to do there, so he was just following, like, he just had some hobbies. He used to collect the butterflies as a child. He used to collect the rocks. He used to collect the fossils. All right, and his habit of collecting the butterflies made him a successful scientist, okay, of the world. Life of mortals word is trouble, okay, with the statement of the Buddha morally that Kisa Gautami learned. Beta, मैंने आपको बताया study talk with Bhavna. The basic lesson that she learned is that life is, I mean, death and decay is a part of life. Okay, this is how these are the terms of the world. All right, these are the terms of the universe. Death is inevitable. It is unavoidable. Every mortal is subject to death. Like the ripened fruit is in the fear of falling, okay, is in the danger of falling. Similarly, the human lives, they are in the danger of death, okay, like the like earthen vessels, okay, they break after a certain period of time. Similarly, the humans, they are also subject to death. They cannot live permanently. Their lives are temporary. Okay, that's what you have to talk about. At last, darkness of the night was everywhere. Corby, absolutely correct. Very good. Okay, study talk with Bhavna. Beta, मैंने आपको बताया. Death can be considered as an equalizer because, yes, that is the ultimate reality. Okay, that is the ultimate fact. That is what the enlightenment he had achieved. That is inevitable. You cannot avoid that. Everything has an end. Okay, everything, like the earthen vessels, okay, they break after a particular time period. Similarly, the human lives, they also just get lost after some period of time. Okay, this is very important. The sermon, okay, the sermon का मतलब होता है a religious preaching, and the sermon reflect that death is inevitable. आपको यही बोलना है, ठीक है. That is what I mentioned. सारे questions, जो भी आप टाइप के questions पूछ रहे हो ना, सबका आंसर एक ही आता है. क्वेश्चन की लैंग्वेज देखिए, कंफ्यूज होने की बिल्कुल भी जरूरत नहीं है अपने एग्जामिनेशन में. डोंट यू इवन ट्राई टू डू दैट. All right, that is not at all acceptable. Kindly don't do that. Okay, that is completely wrong. All right, is that making sense to everybody right there? Are you all understanding that? Everyone, are you all getting whatever I just mentioned to everybody right there? Yes, so ये वाली सारी चीजें अच्छे से समझ लो everyone, which is very very important for your good. Alrighty, is that clear to everyone right there? Okay, now, okay, so now the next chapter is, okay, the next chapter is the making of a scientist. So ये रिचर्ड एब्राइट के बारे में बात कर रहा है. रिची उसका निकनेम था जो उसकी मम्मा बोला करती थी, एंड ही हैड ऑलवेज बीन अ वेरी, ऑल राइट, okay. And this is like this is something, okay, Richie उसकी मम्मी बोला करती थी, okay, and this is something that this is very, okay, this is very important that you all understand ki his mother, okay, she used to call him where was sorry, her mother, his mother, all right, she was very much, all right, she was very much interested in this, that she was very much interested him becoming a very good scientist. All right, he has started collecting the butterflies in his childhood, and when he was 2 years old he had already collected all the 25 species found near his hometown. All right, and he thought that it be an end of butterfly collection until one day he got a book which was really an amazing book, The Travels of Monarch X. It proved to be a turning point in his life. And how do we see that? How was that a turning point in his life? That was a turning point because from there on he became so curious. He started researching in his life, and that was really, really amazing. So he thought it to be an end of butterfly, all right. But the book, okay, made him a very good scientist because thereon he never stopped in his curiosity. Thereon he never stopped in researching. All right, that is very important. All right, so this was a turning point in his life as he got too much interested in dealing with science. All right, so he started with tagging the butterflies, which a task given at the end of the book, which his mother bought for him. So, like when he first entered into the county science fair at the age of 7, he lost it. Okay, sorry, at the sorry in the class when he was sorry in the seventh standard. ओके व्हेन ही फर्स्ट गॉट देयर ओके जब उसने 7th स्टैंडर्ड में पहली बार एक एक्सपेरिमेंट किया उसने क्या किया उसने एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं किया उसने एक नीट डिस्प्ले किया फ्रॉक टिश्यूज का ठीक है अंडर अ माइक्रोस्कोप तो वहां पे उसको कोई भी मतलब प्राइज नहीं मिला देयर ऑन ही रियलाइज दैट इफ ही वांट्स टू विन ओके ही विल हैव टू परफॉर्म अ रियल एक्सपेरिमेंट ओके सो उसको आइडियाज नहीं आ रहे थे कि वो क्या क्या एक्सपेरिमेंट करे सो ही हैड रिटर्न टू डॉक्टर यूरकी हार्ट ने उन्हें उसको एक लिस्ट ऑफ एक्सपेरिमेंट्स भेजे स्टैक ऑफ एक्सपेरिमेंट्स which he could perform all right and he could win so from there on जब भी वो किसी भी event में जाता था he always used to win it okay so now what do we see next that for the next year's fair, he chose the project of the viral disease. उसको ये पता करना था जितने भी monarch caterpillars हैं उनकी death क्यों हो रही है. So he just assumed it to be the beetles. Okay, that beetles is the reason for the same, but he realized that that is not the thing. Instead, he thought that the reason for this could be a beetle. So he started raising caterpillars. Okay, in the presence of beetles, but कुछ results नहीं आए. उसने यही experiment दिखाया वहां पे उसको prize मिला. Why? Because this time he performed a real experiment. Okay, this is very important, right? Okay, this is very important. All right, so when he showed the real experiment at the county science fair, he won a prize. So for the next few years, all right, in the next year, okay, उसने experiment किया ये वाइसरॉय बटरफ्लाइज कॉपी करती हैं मोनाक्स को क्यों करती हैं बिकॉज मोनाक्स वो टेस्टी नहीं लगती हैं बर्ड्स को लेकिन वाइसरॉय बटरफ्लाइज बहुत टेस्टी लगती हैं बर्ड्स को सो इन ऑर्डर टू प्रोटेक्ट देमसेल्व्स द वाइसरॉय बटरफ्लाइज कॉपीड मोनाक्स ठीक है उसमें भी उसको प्राइज मिला फिर उसने क्या किया पर्पस उसका नेक्स्ट पर्पस ये था कि 12 गोल्डन स्पॉट्स बट मतलब प्यूपा पे क्यों होते हैं तो ये बिलीव किया जाता था कि वो इसलिए होते हैं क्योंकि वो ऑर्नामेंटल होते हैं लेकिन ऐसा नहीं था देयर वाज अ पर्पस फॉर that those gold spots they were responsible for releasing a hormone which was very important okay for the growth of butterfly so with the help of sophisticated instruments at one of the labs he got a chance to work and found the chemical structure of the hormone in the gold spots फिर एक दिन उसको केमिकल स्ट्रक्चर समझ आया जिससे कि बहुत बड़ी पजल सॉल्व की गई एंड ही केम टू नो about the blueprints that how a cell blueprints its DNA. It came to know about the chemical structure and it was the biggest discovery that he ever made, which got published even in a magazine. All right, that is what you have to talk about. Okay, so now he was a very good student. He had another interest as well. He was a good debater. He was a public speaker. He was a great canoeist. And he never used to win for the sake of winning. Instead, he always used to win because he was doing the best at whatever he was doing. All right. So in this chapter, it is clearly shown that right amount of curiosity, a bright mind, and the will to win for the right reasons are the qualities that are needed to be a scientist. Okay, is that clear? So we see his mother also played a big role in making him what he was as she who supported him throughout his journey and brought him book The Travels of Monarch X which aroused his curiosity in the field of science. Is that clear? Okay, yes, beast, yes, you're right about that. Okay, that is absolutely right. Three traits of Ali. We came to know she was bold, she was brave, she was a good planner and she was a good executioner. ये सारी चीजें आप ऐड कर सकते हो मैंने आंसर आप लोगों को प्रोवाइड किया हुआ है All right, is that clear to everybody right there? तो अभी इसमें इंपॉर्टेंट कुछ वर्ड्स हैं प्लीज मेक श्योर आप ये सब लर्न कर रहे हो फॉर्मर प्रोसीडिंग्स जर्नल फॉसिल्स एस्ट्रोनॉमर ऑल राइट then we have curiosity, encourage, equipment, species, monarch butterflies, and collector. All right. And then the next set of words, migration, adhesive, flock, life cycle, and TDS. All right. And the final set of words, county, subject, stack, viral, starling, and zoology. Okay. Please make sure you are definitely going all three these words, research, hormone, assume, ornamental, sophisticated, blueprint, and nuclear. Okay. So all these are very important. Roommate, researcher, debater, canoeist, exhibits, admire, and competitive. Now we are moving to our next chapter, which is necklace. Okay, who has written necklace? Everybody. Okay, who has written necklace? The spelling is important. Okay, make sure that you are aware of the spelling the right way. This is very, very important. Okay, Gyudi Maupassant. Okay, please remember the spellings correctly. It's important. All right, now we are moving ahead. Indrajit, that has not been mentioned there. Okay, know the death. Okay, this is called a spiritual knowledge in case of Buddha. Everyone know that death is inevitable, but why this is called? नहीं अनीता, everyone doesn't know. ठीक है, उससे पहले लोगों को नहीं पता होता था. ठीक है, spiritual enlightenment का ये मतलब होता है कि suffering is very common. Okay, suffering आएगी दुनिया में. ठीक है, death is inevitable. So this is not something very much known to the world. He was living a life, okay, in a very royal manner. उसको ये नहीं पता था कि death ultimately actual reality है life की. उसको सही में सही reality पता चला कि death तो होगी ही होगी. A lot of people they do not really agree to this. Okay, so this is not something like that. Okay, is that clear? Have avoided being taken for a ride. If he would have been thoughtful, he could have avoided that easily. All right. अब हम आ रहे हैं necklace की तरफ. Everyone, of course, Umar, I'm gonna give you the PDF for this session. You de Maupassant. Okay, keep that in your mind. Alrighty, now we are moving ahead. All right. Is that clear to everyone? So here we go. So the story is revolving around a very selfish lady whose name is Matilda. Okay, she is unsatisfied with her life as she wants a rich husband. Okay, but because she belongs to a family of clerks and her family is unable to give dowry, she is married to a clerk. So Matilda is a very selfish girl. She always thinks about herself. She is not concerned. She was never concerned about her husband's feelings. And like what do we see? That one day both the husband and wife they were invited to like to a ball at minister's house, but Matilda doesn't have the good clothes and jewels to wear, so her husband suggests her to buy a dress and ask an old friend for jewelry. She then borrows the necklace and her friend, okay, from her friend they go to a party, and after that her life got ruined immediately. The evening that was supposed to be like so amazing for her life, the something that she had always imagined, ruined her life, okay, immediately. Okay, that is what we come to know. All right, like, okay, ma'am, I don't understand why we use being somewhere, like there being a war like situation. Being, देखो, be का एक फॉर्म है जिसमें आप ing फॉर्म लगा रहे हो बस, ओके, उसमें कुछ नहीं होता. ठीक है, there being मतलब वहां था, that is where you're using it. All right, डाउरी का मतलब दहेज. मेरी यूनार, हाँ, ये मैंने करवाया है रिया. ये क्वेश्चन मैंने आपको बहुत बार करवाया है बेटा. प्लीज जाके स्पेशल सीरीज चेक करो, वहां पे है. मटिल्डा की इनएबिलिटी थी कि उसने अपनी सिचुएशन को एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया. शी नेवर एक्सेप्टेड व्हाट शी हैड. शी ऑलवेज वांटेड मोर देन व्हाट शी हैड. ओके, शी वाज नॉट रेडी टू बी satisfied with the means that were being provided by her family and by her husband. She was always having that pride in her beauty, and she thought that being a very beautiful and a pretty lady, she deserved a lot more than what was being given to her, and that is why it resulted in ruining her life. Okay, that is very important. और a dreadful necessity of life का मतलब होता है कि बहुत important जरूरत जिंदगी की. ठीक है, that is what it means. All right, is that clear? अब हम आगे चल रहे हैं. मैंने करवाया है बेटा, कल करवाया ट्रेलर, मैंने करवाया. ये आप कहाँ थे? चेक आउट द वीडियो. ओके, दैट्स अवेलेबल ऑन द वेरी चैनल. चेक इट आउट, यू विल गेट इट. दैट इज ऑलरेडी देयर. विद हम करेंगे एडिटिंग. ठीक है, मैं कर रही हूँ, परसों करते हैं, मंडे को करते हैं. ठीक है, विल डू दैट. ब्लॉग लिखना कुछ नहीं होता गाइस. ब्लॉग से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन आ जाए कि ब्लॉग लिख दो इस चैप्टर पे, यानी कि पेन पोर्ट्रेट दे देना. दैट्स इट. ठीक है, मतलब एक डिस्क्रिप्शन लॉन्ग आंसर देना है आपको, कुछ भी नहीं करना है. All right, if a question is coming in your examination to write a blog, all you need to do is just provide the description of that chapter, or just provide the description of the character that is being asked. Okay. All right, what is the cost of that? Okay, it costed her entire life. All right, like it costed her beauty. She was now doing all the household chores. Now her life was literally miserable as compared to earlier when she used to crib about it that she was living a miserable life. Okay, she didn't understand the very value of the things that she had earlier. Okay, because she was cribbing about a lavish life, but she understood that what exactly the life is and the reality of life once she came to know at the end that the necklace for which she really did a lot of hard work throughout her life was a fake one. It wasn't real. Okay, तो अब हम करते हैं लाइक मटिल्डा लॉइजल. वो एक अपार्टमेंट में रहती थी. वो हमेशा अनहैप्पी रहती थी, अनसेटिस्फाइड रहती थी अपनी जिंदगी से. ठीक है, वो कभी भी हैप्पी नहीं थी. और उसकी मतलब उसके अपार्टमेंट की जो शैबी इज डर्टी वॉल्स, ओके, और वॉर्न आउट फर्नीचर मतलब पुराना फर्नीचर. शी डिडंट यूज टू लाइक इट. शी वांटेड टू बी wanted to have the lunch or dinner in silver dishes. Okay, she wanted the exquisite, okay, delicacy for herself. So she was also irritated by the way her husband reacted to the homemade food, because she always dreamt of the royal dinners being served in exquisite. Exquisite matlab exotic. ओके, बहुत चमकदार सिल्वर के बर्तन में उसको खाना खाना था. So they were neither rich nor poor. She had to marry a clerk in the office of the board of education just because her family couldn't afford to give her dowry. Okay. So she also hated visiting her old friend Madame Forestier. Why? Because therein she had that inferiority complex. She was never having an amazing life like her friend. Okay, she wanted to live amazingly. She wanted a luxurious life. Absolutely right. Very good. She always wanted a luxurious life. That is absolutely the correct answer. That is why she was not liking it when she was not getting the luxuries in her life. She used to feel inferior to her friend. Okay, she had that inferiority complex in herself. All right. So one day, when her husband returned home from work, he got an invitation to a party at the house of Minister of Public Instruction. And contrary to his expectation, मतलब the husband, okay, he expected कि वो बहुत खुश होगी. But she threw the invitation spitefully. Why? Because she had no jewels, no dress to wear for the party. To which her husband, okay, sacrificed 400 francs that he had saved for himself to buy a gun so that if they go for hunting in summer with his friends, he could use it. But he sacrificed it for his wife. Okay, she got a pretty dress, but the next problem arose, which was that she had no jewels. So her husband suggested her that she could wear the natural flowers, but she was saying that this would not match with with another women at the party. That's why she wanted a beautiful necklace for herself. And then her husband suggested that she could borrow it from Forestier. She went there. Forestier was being very nice. She chose a precious diamond necklace, which was kept in a black satin box. So what do we see here? That Matilda, she was attracted towards glitters. Like we have this quote, you can use that. All that glitters is not gold. So whatever is appearing to be very shining, amazing, luxurious is not always that it is actually real. Appearances can be deceptive. This is what we see. She took that necklace to be the diamond necklace. It was the fake necklace. All right, if she would have confessed about it in front of her friend, she would have been saved from the ruin that she went through along with her husband. Okay, but no, she was not truthful in nature. She was never ready to accept her situation. She was never ready to just be in the means that she had. She always aspired for more. She had unrealistic dreams. She had certain fantasies for her own self. Okay, is that clear? या मैंने इसी का आंसर आपको दिया बेटा अभी. ठीक है. So they went to the minister's party and all the men admired her as she was looking gorgeous in her new dress and jewelry and she was feeling so good. ठीक है. उसका वो मतलब she was filled with joy. She was so happy. She was so feeling amazed. Whatever she wanted the comments and the compliments from a lot of people around her. She got that. But irony here is that happiness, okay, it was very short lived. Okay, her that particular evening ruined her life because she lost the necklace. So they returned at 4 in the evening. By that time, Mr. Loisel, वो थोड़ा सा नींद उन्होंने ले चुके थे वो. तो उन्होंने डिसाइड किया कि वो लोग वहां से निकलते हैं. उन्होंने कैरेज ढूंढा. फटाफट से वो लोग घर गए. वहां पे मटिल्डा, she looked into the mirror. She found कि कोई necklace नहीं है. She uttered a cry. They got so anxious. She was so sad. So like Mr. Loisel, okay, he went in search of the necklace to the railway tracks. हर जगह ढूंढा. Police station, ओके, कैब ऑफिसर्स गए. एडवर्टीजमेंट दी. ठीक है कि रिवॉर्ड देंगे हम जिसको भी मिल जाए. लेकिन कुछ नहीं हुआ. ठीक है. सो मीनवाइल ही टोल्ड हिज वाइफ टू टेल हर फ्रेंड कि उसका एक क्लास्प टूट गया, हम उसको ठीक करवा रहे हैं. So after a week when the necklace couldn't be found, they decided to replace it with a similar one. तो उन्होंने एक नया ले लिया जो एक्चुअल में 40,000 फ्रैंक का था. उसकी कॉस्ट उन्होंने बार्गेन करके 36,000 फ्रैंक्स करी. मिस्टर लॉयजल का के पास 18,000, ओके, 18,000 ऑलरेडी इनहेरिटेड अमाउंट थे जो उनको उनके अपने पापा से मिले थे. उन्होंने वो यूज किया. बाकी का अमाउंट उन्होंने बोरो कर लिया. उसके लिए उनको 10 साल लग गए वो चेंज लोन चुकाने में. वो एक छोटे से अपार्टमेंट में चले गए. वहां पे मटिल्डा खाना बनाती थी और मिस्टर लॉयजल बहुत सारे काम करते थे. मटिल्डा कपड़े भी धोती थी. वो पानी भर के भी लाती थी. उसके हाथ सारे रिंकल्स हो गए थे. चेहरे पे रिंकल्स पड़ गए थे. अब वो एक बोल्ड विमेन हो गई थी. उसकी आवाज भी तेज हो गई थी. So in this year, okay, Madam Loisel, she started looking older. Her hair badly dressed. वॉइस लाउड हो गई. नॉर्मल पर्सन की तरह रहने लग गई. बास्केट लेके मतलब एक ग्रोसरी स्टोर जाती थी, बुचर स्टोर जाती थी, फ्रूट्स लाती थी. तो एक दिन वो मैडम फॉरेस्टियर से मिली. ओके, और मैडम फॉरेस्टियर से पहचान नहीं पाई बिकॉज ऑफ हर एजड लुक. शी एक्सप्लेन कि उसने कैसे वो बॉर्डर नेकलेस खो दिया और उसके लिए उन्होंने लोन लेना पड़ा. तो मिस्टर फॉरेस्टियर ने वहां पे बताया कि जो वो नेकलेस था दैट वाज नॉट वर्थ मोर देन 500 फ्रैंक्स. So here we came to we realized that we shouldn't be selfish in our lives, okay? We should not be, okay, like seeking for a lot if we cannot really afford it. Okay, just make sure that whatever means you have, you are settling your life in those means. If you're aspiring to borrow, all right, something from someone and live your life and be happy with that, okay, it can bring ruin. It can just change your life. It can hamper your life. It can destroy your life. And this happened with Matilda. She could have easily, she could have easily saved the entire destroy, okay, the entire thing, I mean the entire ruin in her life, if she could have agreed to whatever was being done, and at the first place if she was not greedy enough to look so good, okay, and if she would have accepted her reality. All right, is that clear? No, clear. Yes, apparently, yes, Yash, दोनों के दोनों chapters के साथ ये जाती हैं. Yes, they love each other. Yeah, they love their dogs. इसका आंसर मैंने आपको दिया है, ठीक है? वीडियो के स्टार्टिंग में चेक करना, इसका आंसर मैंने आपको बहुत अच्छे से दिया है. That they really loved their dogs, ठीक है? Keep that in your mind. All right, just keep it in your mind. I hope that's clear to everybody, right? All right, all that glitters is not gold, right? Absolutely correct. जो भी चमकता है वो हमेशा गोल्ड नहीं होता है. All right, keep that in your mind. Very important. Okay, now we are moving to our next chapter, which is the hack driver. All right, यहाँ पे ये हमने hack driver किसने लिखा है? Everybody, hack driver किसने लिखा है? जल्दी बताओ. किसने लिखा है hack driver? Everyone, come on, be quick. Who has written? सबको पता होना चाहिए. बहुत easy है. जल्दी से बता दो फटाफट से. प्लीज बेटा, मैंने आपको बताया वीडियो चेक करना, ठीक है? हमारे पास अभी और भी चैप्टर्स है ना, सो प्लीज मेक श्योर कि आप एक बार वीडियो देख लोगे. आपको पता है सिंक्लेयर लेविस, वेरी गुड एवरीबॉडी. सिंक्लेयर लेविस, ओके, दैट्स एब्सोल्युटली correct answer. Very good. Let's make a move ahead. So what is this chapter all about? All right. यहाँ पे एक lawyer है who graduated with honors and he became a junior assistant clerk in a magnificent law firm. Okay. So he was supposed to serve summons like a cheap private detective. Okay. He was not liking his task. He had to go to certain dirty places, the shadowy places, wherein he was like at times bitten also, all right, by the people. So we see that he hated his work and the side of the city. All right. So now he sometimes considered of going away to his village to work there as a lawyer. All right. So, but now what do we see that how does the chapter begin? We see the narrator that is like he's very much excited, okay, to visit a small town, but his excitement ended by the dull appearance of the town. Okay, he was not liking that town at all. All right, and therein he found the sight to be very much agreeable because there was a man who was appearing to be very friendly and humble, and the man, okay, he just went to him, he inquired to him about Oliver Lutkins, and then okay, because he wanted to find him. All right, so the driver told him that Oliver Lutkins, okay, was a nasty man. Okay, nasty, what do you mean by nasty here? Could you please just let me know here? Could you please just let me know here? Everybody, could you please just let me know here? Everyone, what does it mean, everybody? Nasty man, just let me know in the comment section, everyone. What do you mean by nasty man? Because he used to visit to the shadow places and the people therein, okay, the people who were supposed to be summoned to the court, so maybe they didn't like it and that is why they were not liking to be summoned to the court, and that is why they used to beat him. That could be one of the reasons. Okay, yes, Janvi, we are already bad, right? Okay, and who were dead to many people, so he also cunningly extracted the information. So cunningly हाँ मैंने इसलिए use किया क्योंकि बिल अपने आप को बिल इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहा था, but he was Oliver Lutkins himself. अब उसको ये पता करना था कि ये क्यों ढूंढने आया है मुझे. Okay, तो डील वॉज क्रैक्ड. उनके बीच में एक डील हुई थी कि दोनों ने डिसाइड किया था कि वो बिल का हैक खरीद लेंगे, ओके, और वो लुटकिन को ढूंढेगा जगह जगह जाके. So Bill somehow traps the lawyer in his story. So Bill was very cunning. He was a very shrewd person. All right, he was very shrewd, and he weaved a story, and he completely trapped. Okay, he completely trapped the lawyer in his web of words. All right, and he was playing a drama wherein he made all the villagers also enact in his drama. All right, he was not letting anybody reveal that Oliver Lutkins was Bill himself. And lawyer was so befooled by this because like Bill, he was appearing to be so humble. He was so friendly. He was so helpful in nature. Okay, and lawyer, he couldn't have thought otherwise at all. Instead, he was just going with the flow and he was believing whatever was being said by Bill Magnuson, who was himself Oliver Lutkins. Okay, so they went to a number of places. They went to Fritz's shop, then they went to the Gustav shop, they went to Gray's shop, then they went to the pool room, and finally to Oliver's house, wherein they met his mother, who was running after them. All right, so what happened is that Bill, Okay, Bill was very cunning. Okay, he was describing Lutkins as a cunning man and guessed that he must have gone to great shop. So every time he was coming up with a guess so that the lawyer could be befooled easily. All right, and also like Bill, like lawyer said that he wanted to have lunch so he could go to any restaurant, and the bill for the entire lunch would be paid by the lawyer himself. But Bill, he was cunning. He was like that he wanted to make money. He said that he could get the food from his home. So at Wade's Hill, they were having the food which was being brought from the house of Bill Magnuson, who is Oliver Lutkins himself. All right, so by that time, Clark was totally impressed by Bill's nice and cheery nature. He was finding him too helpful. He was now getting closely connected with him. He was finding him too humble as well. All right, so now he even started comparing the village people with the city people. According to him, the people at city, okay, they are not very good, okay, they are selfish. But here, like in the village, the people, they are humble, they are helpful, they are very nice, they are cheerful in nature. Okay, this is what he thought. All right, he thought that only on the basis of the appearances of the people. He thought that only on the basis of what was being portrayed in front of him, though it was not really real. So we can definitely use the theme here. Appearances can be deceptive. Okay, we cannot really believe in what is being portrayed to us. Okay, it can be fake. Is that clear to everybody? Are you all understanding that? So whatever is portrayed to us, that is not always real. That can be fake as well. So we see that later on they went to search for Lutkins at his mother's house on the basis of information derived from one of the friends. And the lady was really horrible. She hurriedly left the place, okay, and she was about to attack them with a hot iron rod. To which Oliver said that it was a pretty disrespectful treatment, okay. At last, the lawyer had to leave without serving someone to Lutkins, and next day he was being scolded for the same, okay, by the chief at the organization, and they were again sent to the New Millions. And now he was being sent to the New Million with another person who had earlier worked with Oliver Lutkins. When they reached the station, Oliver saw that Bill was talking to his mother. Okay, I mean Oliver's mother. At this time, the truth was revealed. And the clerk, he felt, I mean, basically, the lawyer felt so bad and ashamed of himself that he was being fooled just by a villager. Okay, very important to understand. Beaten up. Okay, how did he suffer? Mahesh, he was being beaten up. Why? Because he used to visit to the dirty and shadowy places wherein the people, they were quite violent in their acts. They had to be, like, they were supposed to be summoned to the court, but they might not be ready to be summoned, and that is why he was being beaten up. All right, so this is how he suffered during his training period. He was not being given the rightful work, that is to prepare the legal briefs. Instead, he was being given the task to summon people to the court. All right, that is the correct answer. All right, is that clear to everybody? Now we are moving to the next chapter, which is Poli, which has been written by Khwaja Ahmad Abbas. I'm sure that you guys are very well accustomed with this very particular chapter also. Make sure that you are definitely understanding everything, and the feelings of the narrator. What really hurt is that he was being befooled by a village person, okay, and the persons, I mean, that he really believed that they were really helpful, humble, and wise and friendly, and he had high hopes of his character. But when he came to know that he was being befooled by just a simple village person, so he really felt ashamed of himself, and he also felt very bad about it. All right, then he realized that the cheaters, they are existing everywhere, even in the city life, even in the city as well as in the village. Is that clear, everyone? Have you all got everything so far? May I make a move ahead? Could you please come up with the thumbs up in the comment section so that I'll get an idea that you all are with me. Everyone, quickly, quickly, everybody. Yes, everyone, come on. Let's be quick in this. A thumbs up in the comment section to give me a confirmation. I'm just looking at the comment section, everybody. Rise of someone, he and his mother laughed at him as a boy of 7. Yes, 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 absolutely right. Absolutely right. That's the right answer. Okay, everyone. Okay, let me have water. Okay, you guys can also have water, or you can keep your chips or anything that you want to eat with you so that we can keep on starting. All right, here we go. Amendment on the aptness of the statement can possess you. Okay, okay. Yes, possession can possess you. Possession means that you want to have a lot, that you desire for a lot of things. So finally, your desire to have a lot of things can actually have you. It means that it can completely consume you. And we see the hard work, okay, done by Mr. and Madame Loisel in the chapter The Necklace. Her desire to possess a lot of things, to possess the materialistic things and the worldly possession, actually consumed Matilda in form of ruining her life completely. She was no more beautiful, she was no more pretty, and the error that she regarded, that is that her taking birth in the family of clerks is an error of destiny. Actually, okay, it sorry, was not really an error, but this time her very desire to possess a lot of worldly things proved to be an error, okay, which ruined her entire life along with her caring and loving husband. So that is the right answer. Now, Bholi, everybody, it's a story written by K.A. Abbas. Okay, it's talking about a girl who, due to an accidental fall, okay, like during her tender age, when she was just a child, she had fallen off from a code wherein some part of her brain got damaged, all right, due to which she was a very slow learner. She couldn't speak properly until the age of 5. She just couldn't speak. So when she started speaking, she started stammering. That means that she was taking breaks while speaking. She couldn't speak flawlessly. Okay, there was no fluency in her speaking. All right, so she was the target by everyone for not being good looking and intelligent. And then she had suffered from an illness also. There were like she suffered from smallpox, due to which she had pock marks, okay, black pock marks on her face. So it made her look a little ugly. All right, so nobody in an Indian society, she was being regarded as not a good looking girl and not even intelligent. She was being referred to as a simpleton because of her foolish nature. And the simpleton here is not talking about a simple girl, it's talking about a foolish girl. All right, this is very important. Now, we see that her life, okay, turns when she joins a nearby school. Her life was totally transformed. It was because of a teacher, because the teacher turned her, okay, into an empowered and an educated girl. All right. Basically, Bholi was the picture, okay, Bholi was the sign of a masterpiece created by the artist, that is the teacher. All right. So she became a learned girl, she became a confident person, and then we see that later in the story, circumstances arises where Bholi, okay, Bholi has to give acceptance to the marriage with an unequal match, but she rejected it because the person appeared to be very greedy in nature. So there she was completely turned from Bholi to Sulekha. So this is a story about the rise of a girl against the social justice and the social barriers that are put on a girl. All right, is that clear? Is that clear to you? Yes, of course. कोट का क्या मतलब होता है? छोटा सा पालना, ठीक है, बच्चे का पालना. That is what it means. No, Divya, we are going to do the grammar in the next session. So the story is about the introduction of a little girl named Sulekha. She was being referred to as simpleton. All right, her like a part of her brain was being damaged. Okay, she stammered. I told you she contracted smallpox, and she became a laughing stock for everyone. As in, everybody used to look at her and everybody used to laugh at her. Her father Ramlal was a nambardar. Okay, they had 3 sons and 4 daughters. All the other daughters, all right, the names are being given in the chapter. I dealt with it in detail. Make sure that you're aware of the names. And Ramlal was always worried about her sister, about her daughter Bholi, because only she was the one who was having the poke marks on her face and had a slow learning. Okay, so one day we see Tehsildar came to the village in order to inaugurate the primary girls' primary school, and he asked Ramlal, okay, to send her to school, okay, to send her his daughters to the school. So Ramlal, okay, and his wife, okay, they were not really they were not having this belief. They were orthodox in nature. They had a stereotypical thinking. Like Ramlal's wife, especially, she had a belief that if a daughter, if a girl is being sent to the school and if she's educated, then it becomes really difficult, okay, to get a groom for her. All all right, so she was completely against the system of education, but she was ready to send her to the school because she was like, anyway, she's not going to get married. All right, so her mother was never maternal towards Boli. She was not loving, she was not caring, she was not concerned. Okay, she had no parental affection for Boli, which is completely a negative attitude shown in this particular chapter. All right, is that clear? Dear, that's what Mahesh, मैं आपको वही बता रही हूँ बेटा, ध्यान से सुनो तो सही, spam मत करो class में. That parents, they play a very important role, okay, in the life of a child. But in this chapter we see totally opposite. Like Ramlal and his wife, they were totally against everything. They were not giving their parental affection to Boli because of her looks and because she was a slow learner, okay, and moreover they considered her as a burden. They were worried about the fact that is she going to get married, okay, so they were not showing that affection which she basically got from her teacher. All right, so they had the stereotypical thinking. They were really orthodox in nature. They never believed in the system of education. They had sent her to the school just because Tehsildar had asked for it, and they couldn't go against the statement of Tehsildar. Moreover, they had never ever like given her the good clothes to wear. She was given the good clothes to wear only on the day of school, and she was given the clean clothes. Her hair was oiled, and she was bathed as well. Okay, before that, she was just wearing the clothes of her sisters. All right, so this is what we are going to here talk about. Boli's real name was Sulekha. So we see that she reasoned, okay, like Ramla's mother reasoned Bholi had no chance of getting married, so she could go to school. So first time usko sab kuch diya gaya tha. So finally in the school she met a teacher who was very kind and polite to her. She encouraged her to study and speak with confidence. She was very nice, and her politeness touched the heart of Bholi because she had never got any kind of love from anybody except her teacher. Okay, so it actually filled Bholi with hope. She was being given a book to read, all right, and she was filled with hope. All right. So we see that years passed and her village upgraded into a small town where there were certain small some facilities like cotton mill, a cinema hall, and the primary school was now being transformed into a secondary school. So one day, Bholi parents decided to get her married, and they finally like found a groom who was Bishambar Nath, and he was around like 40 years of age, and his age was equal to the age of Ramlal. All right, though Ramlal was a little apprehensive about getting her married to such a person, but her mother, she was totally okay in favor of getting her married to a limping person, to a lame person, to an old person whose wife had died. All right, and they had two children. He had two children as well, and she was not even concerned about her her viewpoint. She said that what will that witless one will say. Okay, so she used to refer to her as witless one. All right, is that clear? The first day of for the first day of the school was a mixed kind, was the day wherein the mixed kind of feelings were there in Bholi. All right, she was feeling little hesitated. She was not confident. She was introvert. She couldn't look up. She was just looking down. Okay, when she was asked the name by the teacher, she couldn't speak properly. The other girls, they were laughing at her, but she was fascinated by looking at the colorful pictures on the walls of the class. And then she was being filled with the hope by the teacher when she said that she could speak well, and the teacher was being so polite and kind to her. She was allowing the time to her to say her name. Okay, is that clear? Lame langra. Lame का मतलब लंगड़ा. ठीक है? All right. So now finally one day they decided and they thought that it's gonna be the best marriage because he never demanded the dowry. But when the groom discovered that Bholi had poke marks on her face, okay, he demanded a dowry of 5,000 rupees. And to which, okay, now Bholi realized that he was a greedy man. She decided that she is not going to agree to this, and she decided that she is not going to marry him. So people accused her of her being shameless. The wedding party returned, marriage ceremony end ho gayi. Okay, her father was surrounded by grief and said that no one would marry her, to which she replied that she is going to take care of her parents when they grew old and would teach in the same school. So her teacher was quietly watching all this, okay, in a very proud manner. So basically, Bholi is a masterpiece, okay, created by her teacher. The entire world was against her. Every people around her, even her parents, okay, they were not loving towards her. But the teacher, the artist here is the teacher who transformed her completely. She encouraged her, she motivated her, she transformed her from Bholi to Sulekha. It was she, all right, who believed in her. It was she who empowered her. It was she who made her educated. It was she who educated her about her rights so that Bholi could stand her and take the decision for herself. All right. If her mother hadn't Sunday, no, there's no, she would not have agreed to it because by that time she was educated enough. All right. Bholi was very well educated, groom wasn't educated. Bholi was younger in age, groom was older in age. Groom was greedy, Bholi was not greedy. She was kind, she was loving, and Bholi knew how to take a stand for herself. She knew about her rights. But the groom, he was stereotypical in thinking, he was so orthodox in nature, and he was so selfish and self-centered as well. Okay, he was marrying her because of he was getting married to her, okay, because of the greedy aspects and not because for what she really was. All right, in the pre, that's the right answer. So we are done with all the chapters. Okay, prose has been done. Now we are left with three poems. So we are going to start with the poems, The Tale of Custard the Dragon, which has written by Ogden Nash. I would like to tell you all, please remember the title, the justification of the title, figures of speeches. All right, very clearly. All right, and the rhyme schemes. Okay, and the deeper analysis of the poems clearly. It's really, really important from your examination point of view. Don't leave it. All right, now Rahul, we're gonna do that later on, dear. Okay, have avoided being taken for a Hatiba. He could have avoided it if he could have thought about it, if he could have used his mind a little. Okay, he was not shrewd enough to think, and that is why he was not able to just come to an idea that he could be befooled. He should not have believed a stranger blindly. So his belief in the stranger blindly made him, okay, a fool and made him ashamed of himself right at the end of the chapter. Okay, so question is the thoughts the villager is that not to send the girls to the same is wrong, then why the Tehsildar said to? No, it was basically their thinking. It was not the thinking of Tehsildar. Tehsildar, okay, it was not the thinking of the village. Okay, basically, I mean, it was not everybody's thinking. It was the thinking of that women and the women and the Nambardar, that is Ramlal. Okay, is that clear? She was kind-hearted. Yes, he was a good father. Priya, we can say that he was a good father to some extent. He was worried about her. Okay, he was never being so blunt towards her feeling, and he was taking care of her also to some extent. Okay, but yeah, he was not really like too much parental towards her. That is what you can write in your answer. All right. Hatiba, she left the ball in hurry because she didn't want the other women, okay, to come, to just know anything about her, and she just wanted to reach home on time as well. That is why. This shows that she was literally very much, expressive, okay, in terms of showing off to the world. All right, is that clear? Okay. Now, what exactly is the setting of the poem, The Tale of Custard the Dragon? It's set in a White House, okay, where there's a little girl, Belinda, who lives with her pets, okay? And she has a kitten, okay? उसके पास एक mouse भी है, एक dog भी है, और एक dragon भी है. And they have a red wagon. All right, this is what you all need to understand. That she has a kitten. So the Tale of Custard the Dragon is talking about a play wherein we see that there's a kitten, there's a mouse, there's a dog, and a dragon, and they are having a red wagon. Could you all please let me know the names of these characters in the comment section? What is the name given to kitten? What is the name given to the mouse? What is the name given to the dog? And what is the name given to the dragon? In the comment section, quickly, everybody. Alrighty, here we go. Okay. In the pre that is not being mentioned the age of Boli and her groom, okay, like groom was around 40, okay, but she was little, she may be around like 25, okay, but that is not what we are being told in the given chapter. Okay, ink, blink, mustard and custard. Okay, who is ink? Ink, blink, mustard and custard. That's very right. All right. So who is ink? Who is ink? Tell me in the comment section who is ink. In the comment section, everybody. What does the poet mean by not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth? Are human beings like them? It basically means that one not one is respectable or unhappy. It basically means that animals, okay, here in all right. In the world of animals, everyone is completely equal. Ask me this doubt when we are going to do the poem, okay? Kitten. Ink is mouse. No, 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 in the breed. No, my dear. Who is ink? Ink is cat. Yes, ink is kitten. And who is mouse? Who is mouse? Everyone remember the names correctly. It's really, really important, everyone. We need to know the names correctly. It's extremely important. Ink is kitten, blink is mouse, mustard is dog. Absolutely right. Okay, very good, very good. In custard is dragon. Yeah, Corby, you're absolutely right about that. Divya, you're right about Ragi. Sidesh, you're right about that. Mohit, you're right about that. And Priya, what didn't you get, my dear? What exactly are you talking about? Everybody, everyone is clear about that. Okay, good, good, good. And what was the color of the mouse? What was the color of the mouse, everybody? Bang, blank, absolutely right. So everybody has been giving me the correct answer. What was the color of mouse, everyone? In the comment section, be quick. What was the color of mouse? All the details are important. I've been saying this. In English, what really matters is that if you know the details, okay? That is really, really important, everyone. Okay, gray, gray, gray. Absolutely correct. Very good, very good. And the color of the dog? What is the color of the dog in the comment section, everyone? What is the color of the dog, everybody? Gray mouse, black kitten. Okay, gray. That is absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah, Devna, I'm gonna upload the PDF on community, okay, on the app. Please make sure that you are downloading the app using the code PSH10. Okay, kindly do that. Yellow. Very good, very good. So we are now moving ahead. So what do we see? That they are all living very happily. They are playing with each other and they made fun of the dragon because he was a coward. So it's a happy setting till a pirate comes and the dragon bravely kills the pirate, and some action is seen in the poem. After this episode, again the life resumes as earlier. So basically the title here is introducing us to a dragon whose name is Custard, and it prepares us for a humorous state. That is what is really important. So everyone, what do we see? A question that can come from this particular which is a very common question from this particular poem is that why Custard is being referred to as a coward? Was he really coward? Could you please give me the answer for this in the comment section, everybody? Just let me know. Was Custard really a was Custard really a coward? Okay, just tell me in the comment section, why is he being given the title of a coward? Everyone, I've given, no, he wasn't a coward. All right. No, 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 Taekyon. We are already done with all the important questions. Okay, it's just that I am giving you the key highlights of every chapter so that you understand in one go. All right. Okay, he asked for safe cage. Right. He was referred as coward because he demanded a nice safe cage. All right, that is right. Because he was regarding a coward. So why was he demanding a nice safe cage every time? Okay, he was brave. He proved his bravery. Despite that, he was asking for a nice safe cage. Why? What could be the reason? Tell me in the comment section. I've given you a perfect answer for this in the session that I taken the last. All right, so what is going to be the answer for this? What made him demand a nice safe cage every time despite the fact that he was literally brave? And he proved his bravery so well, right? Bye everyone. But he was given the title of cover because he demanded. Okay. Okay, I've demanded. Anita, tense use karo. Tense is consistency zarurat hai answers mein. Alright, he didn't want to break his friends' belief upon them. Okay, all right. He wasn't great. He could prevent the pets or so that in anger. Harun guys, मैंने बहुत बार ये रिपीट किया है, मैंने सभी सेशंस में ये बात रिपीट करी है. माइट का यूज करना है. माइट का मतलब क्या होता है कि बहुत लेस पॉसिबिलिटी that he might be aware of his power and strength, and that is why he might knew that he could harm his fellow pets in his anger. That is why he might be asking for a nice safe case, so he might not harm his fellow pets when he gets angry. Okay, ye was very good, Anita. That's absolutely right. Okay, that's absolutely right. Can we write about Vishwanath that he's a misogynist, chauvinist, and his character sketch like misogyny? Yeah, that's right, Nikhil. You can say like that, okay? Because if he knew the value of a woman, okay, because if you're asking for a dowry, that means that you're objectifying a woman. An objectification of a woman is not right, okay? A woman is a human. So you shouldn't be objectifying her. So that's what the chapter is talking about. That's what K. Abbas even wants to highlight from the given chapter. Yeah, very good, Harun. Absolutely correct. Absolutely right. Very good. Okay. Now, what is the theme, everybody? It's a whimsical fantasy. What do you mean by whimsical? Whimsical का मतलब ये होता है कि थोड़ा humorous है, ठीक है, थोड़ा amusing है, थोड़ी light है, ठीक है. Fantasy का मतलब imagination है. गर्ल नेम पेलिंडा है, वो अपने पेट्स के साथ रह रही है. मेन थीम है अपीयरेंस वर्सेस रियलिटी. ठीक है. इन रियलिटी लाइक अपीयरेंस क्या है कि कस्टर्ड जो है वो एक्चुअल में उसका एक ह्यूज फिगर है. ही इज लिटरली ब्रेव. ओके, बट ही इज बीइंग शोन एज व्हाट. रियल में वो क्या है? रियल में ही इज लिटरली ब्रेव, लेकिन उसको कैसे दिखा रहे हैं कि वो कावर्ड है. क्यों? क्योंकि उसकी एक सिंपल सी डिमांड है कि उसे एक नाइस सेफ केज चाहिए. ठीक है, ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट थीम है इस पर्टिकुलर पोएम की. रिमेंबर इट. Then the pets who appeared courageous turn out to be the real coward when there is a crisis. So the dragon who was made fun of for his cowardice is the bravest of them and fearlessly faces the bullet shots of the pirate and eats him up. So the other pets praise him for some time, but they again start giving the explanations for their behavior. Okay, they also claim that they had been there, had they been there in the dragon's plate, they would have been more courageous. तो क्या हुआ कि सब लोग डर के भाग गए. ओके, यू सी दे आर द वर्ड्स की मतलब माउस अपने होल में चला गया. बेलिंडा मतलब शी बिकेम पेल विद फेयर. ठीक है. और फिर वो डॉग है वो जाके नीचे छुप गया. ठीक है. सो सब लोग अलग अलग जगह चला गए. ओके, एंड कैट, ओके, कैट म्याउस्ड राइट इन फियर. तो सब लोग चले गए. इससे हमें क्या पता चल रहा है कि हिपोक्रेसी है इन कैरेक्टर्स की. लास्ट टेंजा में उन्होंने कुछ भी चेंज नहीं हुआ, वो फिर से उसको क्या बोल रहे हैं. They are again calling the very dragon as a coward. Why? but because they are hypocrites in nature, they are not ready to accept that he is really brave. He had eaten the pirate that had come in front of them. द वेरी पोएटिक लाइसेंस का ये मतलब होता है बेटा कि जब आप किसी वर्ड को डिस्टॉर्ट कर रहे हो, यानी कि जो वर्ड एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता आप उसका यूज कर रहे हो, जैसे कि इस पोम में हमारे वर्ड्स हुए हैं रियलो ट्रूलियो, ओके, और विंडा, ओके। सो रियलियो का मतलब हुआ है रियली, ट्रूलियो का मतलब है ट्रूली, ऑल राइट, विंडो का मतलब है विंडो। ये सारी चीजें यूज किए जा रहे हैं। जैसे आपने देखा पोम में यूज हुआ है माउस होल्ड। माउस होल्ड का मतलब है माउस ऑफ, सॉरी, होल्ड ऑफ माउस की मतलब उसका वो छोटा सा मतलब गड्ढा जहाँ पे जाके वो छुप जाता है। तो ये सारी चीजें पोएटिक लाइसेंस कहलाती हैं। इसका मतलब है कि पोएट के पास ये लाइसेंस है, उसके पास ये हक है कि वो वर्ड्स को डिस्टॉर्ट कर दे, जो वर्ड्स एक्चुअल में एग्जिस्ट नहीं करते वो वाले वर्ड्स बनाए, जिससे कि हमारी पोम में जो रिदम है, म्यूजिकल इफेक्ट है, वो बना रहे। उसको आप पोएटिक लाइसेंस बोलते हो। खुशी हिपोक्रेसी का मतलब होता है डबल फेस होना, यानी कि आप सामने कुछ और वैसे कुछ। मतलब अभी तो आपने मतलब वैसे इन सब ने क्या किया था, what did the pets do? They were boasting about themselves, they were so boasting, like they were boasting about their character, they were boasting about their habits, वो इतना कुछ अपने लिए बोल रहे थे, right? But when the actual problem came, they all went into their safe zones. It was only the coward who was always demanding a nice safe cage that he appeared in front of the pirate. All right, he attacked him and he gobbled him up. Right, so it was only him. Like he had attacked him like a robin attacked the worms. All right, so this is what you have to talk about. It's a light-hearted comedy, of course, because यहाँ पे एक ड्रैगन जो इतना ह्यूज फीचर फिगर है, उसको तो आप बोल रहे हो कि वो कावर्ड है, और जो छोटे 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 जो है माउस है, या फिर बेलिंडा है, या फिर कैट है, या फिर डॉग है, उनको आप कंपेयर कर रहे हो फिरोशियस एनिमल से, जैसे कि टाइगर और लॉयन के साथ। तो वो ऑब्वियसली फनी है ना, अम्यूजिंग तो वह है ही। ऑल राइट, दैट इज व्हाट यू हैव टू टॉक अबाउट। क्लैश का मतलब ये होता है कि पटकना, ओके, ऐसे ऐसे मिलना, ऑल राइट, एक साथ। क्या? सो अब लिटरेरी डिवाइसेस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। एलिट्रेशन आपको दिखेगा, ठीक है, मैंने एक सेशन लिया था अभी रिसेंटली जहाँ पे मैंने फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीचेस बहुत डिटेल में करवाई थी। यहाँ पे एलिट्रेशन मिल रहा है आपको, सी साउंड रिपीट हो रही है, बी साउंड रिपीट हो रही है, बियर्ड इन ब्लैक, ब्रेव बैरल बियर्स, बी साउंड अगेन, गल्प्ड इन ग्रॉग, जी साउंड, ग्ली इन गायरेट, जी साउंड। मेटाफर है चिमनी फॉर अ नोज, इसका जो फिजिकल क्या कहते हैं फिजिकल अपेयरेंस है बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। एसोनेंस है, ओ साउंड दिखेगी आपको, ठीक है, फिर आपको आई साउंड भी दिखेगी, आपको ए साउंड भी दिखेगी। पर्सोनिफिकेशन है, सारे एनिमल्स को ह्यूमन लाइक क्वालिटीज दे दी है। इमेजरी है, पायरेट का जो फिजिकल एट्रीब्यूट है, और साथ के साथ पायरेट किस तरीके से बिहेव करता है व्हेन द कस्टर्ड कम्स अप, वो भी मेंशन्ड है। All right, now we are moving to the next poem, everybody, which is Amanda, written by Robin Klein. Make sure that you're writing the title of the poem with an exclamation mark. It has got its own importance. Now, coming to the very theme of this poem. All right, it's a coward. So, others were timid but custody. Yes, Nikhil, absolutely right. That is absolutely correct. Okay, it was a ballad, right? It was a ballad. Ballad is basically a poem which is written in very short stanzas. Okay, hi Rishabh, hello, welcome to the very class. Now we are moving to our next poem, okay, which is which is Amanda, right? So Amanda is basically a poem written by Robin Klein, which highlights the importance of upbringing of a child. Okay, so in this poem, what do we see? Robin Klein broadly talks about the state of a little girl's mind, whose name is Amanda. She is being constantly instructed by her parents about the basic sitting manners, eating habits, about tidying the room, asking about not to eat the chocolates. So there are a lot of restrictions that are put on her. So poet is showing that she doesn't like the instructions, and hence she is suffering and feeling suffocated as she doesn't feel independent, and hence gets into her imaginary world where she is imagining herself or envisioning herself to be a mermaid in Orphan and Rapunzel, and her imaginations make her feel free, happy, and independent. So, the desire to attain the freedom by a little growing child is the main task. So, Amanda, alright, she's not liking the instructions of her parents. She wants to achieve the freedom. She wants, alright, she wanted, okay, to be free. So, herein, I mean, in all the other worlds, like wherein she is imagining herself to be a mermaid, where she is drifting blissfully in the emerald sea, okay, then she imagines herself to be an orphan where she is making the designs on the sand with her naked feet. Then afterwards, the third imagination come to that of a Rapunzel, where she is living all alone on a tower. All right, and she makes it clear that she's not letting her hair down to let anybody enter into that tower. So all these things show us clearly that she wanted to live a alone life. Sorry, she wanted to live an alone life, okay, but not lonely, because in her real world she was lonely. Lonely is a state of sadness, while alone is a state of isolation. That is, there is nobody around you. So she was alone in her imaginative worlds, but she was not lonely. She was feeling calmness. She was placid. She was very much satisfied. She was independent, and there was no one to put restrictions on her. Okay, that is what you have to be remembered about. All right, is that, I mean, that is what you guys have to remember. All right, so literary devices enough for a मिलेगा आपको repeated use of the word don't का दिखेगा don't का assonance है vowel sound O है rhyme scheme first stanza wise A triple C है metaphor है emerald seed the color of the sea is compared to the color of emerald. Repetition Amanda का है imagery drifting blissfully alliteration stop that slouching in illusion. Illusion when we are quoting the another source. Alright. दिव्या अलोन और लोनली का ये मतलब होता है अलोन का मतलब स्टेट ऑफ आइसोलेशन मतलब जब आप अकेले हो आपके आसपास कोई नहीं है और लोनली इज अ स्टेट ऑफ फीलिंग सैड. ठीक है इसका मतलब कि आप दुखी हो. ठीक है सो वो रियल वर्ल्ड में दुखी थी वो सफर कर रही थी क्योंकि लेकिन अकेली नहीं थी पेरेंट्स थे आसपास. लेकिन इमेजिनेटिव वर्ल्ड में पेरेंट्स आसपास नहीं है कोई भी नहीं है लेकिन वो लोनली नहीं है वो दुखी नहीं है वो खुश है जॉयफुल है दैट इज व्हाट इट मींस. ऑलराइट Inderpreet मैंने उसी का आंसर दिया ना because she wanted to live on her own. She didn't want any restriction. She wanted the independence for herself. She didn't want any instruction. She was frustrated. She was feeling frustrated because of the constant nagging of her parents in the real world. And that is what she didn't wanted in her imaginative world. That is why she was imagining herself to be a mermaid or Rapunzel, wherein she'll be completely free without anybody around her and she could be happy and completely joyful. Okay? Is that clear? All right, right. About his warning, where to write the cowardice of the dragon and where to write our assumption. Okay, आपको cowardice dragon gaming plaza वहां पे mention करनी है जब ये बोला जाए कि उसको coward क्यों रेफर कर रहे थे क्योंकि वो बार बार क्या अपना केस डिमांड कर रहा था लेकिन जब क्वेश्चन ये पूछा जाएगा कि उसने अपनी ब्रेवरी प्रूव करी लेकिन फिर भी वो एक्सेप्ट क्यों कर रहा था कि वो कावर्ड है तब आप ये बोलोगे कि क्योंकि ये अजम्पशन है कि उसको पता था कि शायद वो हार्म कर सकता है. ठीक है that is the thing. All right, why is it fair to say that Custer could be the poster boy for the belief that the real nature of the human is revealed at the times of because it is fair to say like this because he literally proved himself to be like that. Okay, he proved his bravery. He saved the others, all right, from such a great terror. That is why. All right, so it is fair. गेमिंग प्लाजा मैंने आपको आंसर दिया हंच मतलब झुकी झुका आपके कंधे झुके हुए हों उसको हंचिंग बोलते हैं. ठीक है नाउ एनफ ऑर्डर दिखेगा डिड यू फिनिश में राइम स्कीम आपको नेक्स्ट स्टेंजा की स्टेंजा वाइज में यहाँ लिटरेरी डिवाइस बता रही हूँ ए ट्रिपल ई एसोनेंस मिलेगा रेपिटेशन है मेटाफर साइलेंस इज गोल्डन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज साइलेंस इज वेरी ग्लोरियस लाइक द गोल्डन कलर इट इज वेरी मच ग्लोरियस एंड वेरी मच प्रेशियस और फ्रीडम इज स्वीट में भी मेटाफर है इसका ये मतलब है कि जो फ्रीडम है वो बहुत ज्यादा स्वीट है दैट इज वाई शी सेड इट लाइक दिस. ऑल राइट इज दैट क्लियर एवरीवन. इल्यूशन है नेक्स्ट आपके स्टेंजा में जहाँ पे रपुंजल का आया रेफरेंस राइम स्कीम ए ट्रिपल जी एसोनेंस वोवल साउंड ई और ओ मिलेगी कॉन्सोनेंस आपको आर का साउंड मिलेगा रेपिटेशन वर्ड इमांडा है. फिर लास्ट स्टेंजा आता है जहाँ पे एलिट्रेशन है स्टॉप दैट सल्किंग रेपिटेशन इमांडा और राइम स्कीम ए एच सिंपल. Okay, now we are doing the last poem of our syllabus and the last okay part of this marathon session animals which has been written by Walt Whitman. Okay, teaching on the net in context to a picker from what all we should take from the net. What is the thinking of the narrator? He is thinking about the past. He is just being nostalgic about it. He is talking about the culture. He is talking about the importance of baker. He is talking about the likings, okay, the likings, all right, that the likings of the children, okay, for the bakers. He is talking about the lifestyle of a baker. He is talking about the prosperous nature of the baker. He is talking about their plump physique. He is talking about the importance of bakers and the breads, okay, in all the festivals. So that is what he is thinking. Can we write as Lomov's aunts, grandmothers? Lomov's aunts, Lomov ki aunt ki grandmother. Yeah, Baldev, you can write it like that. That's completely okay. Kunal, हम grammar करेंगे परसों बेटा मंडे को करते हैं हम grammar. ठीक है? We'll be doing it like that. Okay, what should we take from him? We come to know that we should stick to our culture, we should follow our culture, we should be dedicated towards it, and we should completely be in love with the like the professions, okay, that are literally sorry, we should always be dedicated towards the profession, okay, we should be doing it with all our heart and dedication. That is what we learn from him. नॉस्टैल्जिया का मतलब ये होता है जब आप बहुत फॉन्डली, ठीक है, आप याद याद कर रहे हो, मतलब आप बहुत ज्यादा खुश हो रहे हो अपनी पुरानी यादों को याद करके. दैट इज व्हाट इट मींस. रीडिंग सेक्शन में कल करवा रही हूँ, सेशन शायद स्केड्यूल है, एक बार चेक कर लो. ऑल राइट. इन मैरिज बोल BOL, ठीक है, स्पेशल ब्रेड उसको बोलते हैं, उसको उस नाम से जाना जाता था. कैरेक्टर स्पीकर इन द मैनर. Character is demanding, sorry, character is commanding in nature, and character is also angry in nature. That is what you're going to talk about. Okay, so now animals, next poem everybody. The poem is set in the poet's mind. ये आपको clear होना चाहिए, ठीक है. Animals एक ऐसी poem है जो poet के दिमाग में बैठी हुई है, और poet अपने खुद से ही सोच रहा है, और वो अपने आप से ही दिमाग में बातें कर रहा है, ठीक है. ये बहुत, इसका टाइटल जो बहुत ज्यादा clear है, all right, और straight forward है. poem में बता रहा है वो animals की characteristics के बारे में, ठीक है, और poet compare कर रहा है उनको humans से. So this is a very important thing. The poet clearly states that he feels more comfortable with animals and he wishes to live with them rather than the human beings. And he makes it so clear that he has lost all the faith in the humanity. He's like that I have no faith in humanity, and he's comparing them with animals who are better than humans. Why? Because he says that all the humans, they are loaded with lust for materialistic possessions. They want a lot. Okay, they always seek for having a lot. Their life is so complicated, they are so confused, they contradict themselves. How do they contradict themselves? First they commit the sins, all right, once they are doing something which is against the god, against their ancestors, and then they are weeping for their sins in front of those ancestors and gods. All right. And whereas we see the animals, they are calm, they are self-contained, they are self-satisfied. They never seek for something more than what is really needed. All right. They are satisfied with themselves and they just hunt when it is needed. But humans, they are greedy in nature. They are never satisfied. They always want more. Once their greed is satisfied, their another greed arises. They keep on complaining, they keep on cribbing. They are not satisfied with the means that they already have. Is that clear to everybody? Okay, yeah, so he's not liking it that the humans, they have lost their virtues, and that is why the poet has a desire to be with the animals. Okay, he says that he can look at them for a longer duration, and he also desire to be with them. Okay, and according to the poet, now the animals, okay, brings the tokens of humans, I mean tokens of himself to him. That means the animals show the human like qualities such as kindness and innocence, which is now completely vanished from the human character. And the poet also introspects that if he, like the humans, had like dropped their virtues somewhere in the past, like long ago. Okay, so that is what we see. Why didn't relate? Okay, why poet interrelated animals with humans? Why he didn't relate with nature or even else? Red route is short because he wants to give out a message. The poet wants to give out a message that humans must possess their human-like qualities. Okay, they shouldn't be away from it because this makes them so selfish and greedy that they stop thinking about others. All right, that is why he compared them to the animals in order to show that now the animals, they are being more kinder. Okay, they are being more politer and calm and satisfied as compared to the humans, because greed is very greedy in nature. Okay, greed is always demanding. Greed always wants more. Okay, greed is always consuming in nature. Okay, it consumes you. Okay, it makes you so mad. This poem can be related with the chapter The Necklace, okay, where Matilda got consumed because of her greed. Okay, her greed consumed her. All right, that is what. No, no, Virochan, he is not misanthrope. Okay, misanthrope is a person who hate humans. So he is not against humans. Instead, he is just imparting a message to the mankind that we need to be kind and polite like the animals. Okay, we have lost our values and we shouldn't be living like this. Okay, that is the message. All right, is that clear? Yes, study talk with Bhavna. I'm very much here. Okay, and now we are moving ahead, everybody. All right, so now literary devices. The poem is written in blank verse. There is no rhyme scheme in this poem. Remember that. Assonance is seen when you see the use of the I sound. Repetition is there, the long word has been repeated. Anaphora is there in the two consecutive lines start with I, okay, and in stanza 2 the consecutive lines start with they do not. And then metaphor of course is there because the humans they cry and complain, okay, so sweat and whine, this basically refer to the crying and complaining nature of the human beings. And tokens they basically refer to the basic nature of the humans. ऑल राइट, इज दैट क्लियर? एल्यूजन बेटा होता है जब आप किसी सोर्स से, मतलब जो एक ऑलरेडी पब्लिश बुक है, आप उसमें से कोई कैरेक्टर उठा रहे हो, तो आप वहां का कैरेक्टर उठा रहे हो, तो इसका ये मतलब है कि मैं उस बुक को रेफर कर रही हूँ, तो उसको एल्यूशन बोलते हैं। ऑल राइट, देयर इज नो मेंटी, ओके। फैब्रिकेटेड का मतलब वीव किया हुआ, मतलब बनाया हुआ, बुना हुआ, ठीक है, जो आपने खुद से बनाया है। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई एम सेइंग दैट ओलिवर लुटकिंस ही फैब्रिकेटेड अ स्टोरी, ओके, टू फूल लॉयर, मतलब उसने एक स्टोरी बनाई, ओके, खुद से, दैट इज द थिंग। अनीता मेटाफर होता है जब आप कोई कंपैरिजन कर रहे हो इनडायरेक्टली विदाउट यूजिंग ऑफ द टू टर्म्स लाइक और एज, ठीक है। सो यहाँ पे स्वेट एंड वाइन यूज किया गया ये बताने के लिए कि ये क्राइज और कंप्लेंट्स को रेफर कर रहा है ह्यूमन बीइंग। All right, Whitman's ode to animals is merely yearning for a simple life. Do you agree? Yes, study talk with Bhavna. This is very right. His ode to animals is a simple yearning for us. Is yearning for a simple life. Okay, he wanted to tell this to humans that the money of owing things is not right. Okay, it makes you selfish. It makes you self-centered. It makes the human self-centered. Humans do not think about others. They are lost in their own world, and this is not how the humans are being made, okay. The humans they are known for their good qualities such as innocence and kindness, but the very money or the madness of owing the worldly things and the materialistic possessions make them go mad, okay। स्टडी टॉक विद भावना मैंने आपको बताया। एनाफोरा बेटा होता है कि जब आपका एक लाइन से दूसरी लाइन में रिपीट हो रहे हैं वर्ड्स एक के बाद एक। मैंने सेशन लिया है ये, ठीक है, आपको पता चलेगा, ठीक है। सो एवरीवन आप सेशन चेक करो फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच में। तो एवरीवन वी आर डन विद द सेशन। आई होप कि आप लोगों को मैराथन बहुत अच्छा लगा हो, ठीक है। मेक श्योर दैट यू आर गोइंग थ्रू इट। अगर कुछ समझ में नहीं आया हो डेफिनेटली लाइक कर देना सेशन को, ठीक है। क्यूरियोसिटी का मतलब होता है जिज्ञासा, ठीक है, हिंदी में उसको जिज्ञासा बोलते हैं कि आप कितने जानने के इच्छुक रखते हो, ठीक है। और नेचर और नर्चर में माइट यू फाइंड पोएट वॉल्टम, ओके। सो नेचर और नर्चर में आई विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट ही इज समवेयर टॉकिंग अबाउट नेचर, ओके, कि आपको अपना नेचर चेंज करना है, ठीक है। और नेचर को चेंज करने के लिए वो एक तरीके से कंबाइंड मैनर में बोल रहा है कि आप नर्चर करो, मतलब ग्रो करो ये क्वालिटीज अपने अंदर। ऑल राइट, नेक्स्ट यूट्यूब सेशन कल सुबह होगा, ठीक है। वी आर गोइंग टू डील विद रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन, प्लीज बी राइट देयर। ऑल राइट, ट्रिकल का मतलब होता है कि फटाफट से जल्दी से जाना, मतलब भाग जाना, ठीक है, मतलब जल्दी से भाग जाना। टोकन्स का मतलब होता है क्वालिटीज, क्वालिटीज, ओके। Expressed by animals in the poems and in poem the tale of distinguish between the qualities expressed by the animals in the poems, animals and poem, ठीक है। एनिमल्स की जो क्वालिटी है वो बहुत इनोसेंट है, बहुत काइंड है, ठीक है। लेकिन टेल ऑफ कास्टर्ड में द एनिमल्स, ओके, दे आर ओनली लाइक द वेरी ब्रेव एस्पेक्ट वी सी विद कास्टर्ड, ओके, बट द अदर वंस, ओके, दे आर वेरी टिमिड, दे आर नॉट ब्रेव, ओके, दे आर जस्ट लाइक दैट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ फैंटेसी, ओके। सो द वहाँ पे पोएट का मेन पार्ट ये है कि उनको फैंटेसी में दिखाना है, ठीक है, उनको बेसिकली ये दिखाना है कि दैट इज नॉट रियल। All right, सारे doubts clear हो गए। Very good, Piyush. That's really, really amazing. Thank you, Tekian. Yeah. Alrighty, people. Great. So everybody, for all the 9th grade students, हमने बैच स्टार्ट कर दिया है और हम ये जो ऑफर लेके आ गए हैं जहाँ पे आपको 299 में 45 डेज का सब्सक्रिप्शन हम दे रहे हैं। आप उसमें कोड लगाओगे PSH10 तो डायरेक्टली आपको 10% डिस्काउंट मिल के ये कॉस्ट पड़ेगी 269 रुपीज की। तो ये जो बैचेस आप लोगों के लिए चल रहे हैं, आप ये सब बैच यूज कर सकते हो 45 डेज के लिए। फटाफट से कोड यूज कर लो एवरीबडी, ठीक है। ये क्या कहते हैं, ये PSH10 कोड यूज कर लो और इसको यूज कर लो, ठीक है। टर्म 1 सिलेबस के लिए है, न्यू सेशन है, क्लास 9, स्टार्ट डेट 13 अप्रैल है, मोड ऑफ डिलीवरी हिंदी है। मेक श्योर यू आर बिकमिंग अ पार्ट ऑफ इट एवरीबडी। नाउ द थिंग्स आर गोइंग टू बी सुपर डुपर अमेजिंग। दिस इज सो हिस्टोरिकल दैट हैज टेकन प्लेस हियर एट अनअकैडमी। इससे पहले कभी नहीं हुआ है। मेक श्योर यू आर imparting the information to all your friends right there about it. Be very kind to them, be helpful to your to your siblings also, ठीक है। सो लाइक 8 to 12 स्टैंडर्ड के बच्चों के लिए और एनी लाइक नीट जेई के लिए भी सारे कोर्सेज के लिए ये वैलिड है। यूज कर लो, 30th अप्रैल तक के लिए है। सो डोंट लेट इट गो, दिस इज सुपर अमेजिंग, ओके। माय पर्सनल रिकमेंडेशन टू एवरीबडी, Alrighty everyone, हम लेते हैं क्लास 10 स्टडी में लेती हूँ इसका सेशन. ओके करवी, थैंक यू डियर, थैंक यू स्वीटी, दैट इज सच अ स्वीट थिंग ऑन योर पार्ट. आप सब लोग कमेंट्स कर सकते हो, ठीक है, कमेंट सेक्शन में कि आप लोगों को कैसा लगा है ये सेशन. ऑलराइटी. Now, moving ahead, all the 10th grade students, this is something amazing for all of you. Summer Express batch, okay, we started it on 20th of April. All the students who have just landed into their 10th standard, also I'm going to start the batch, okay, from your May. Or for all the new students who are in their 10th standard, don't miss it out, okay, it's going to be literally amazing. We are going to have a very great journey together. The mode of delivery here is Hindi. It's a new session. Make sure you're becoming a part of it and you're not going anywhere. Let your friends know about it. Okay. So Lakshya batch class 10 start date is April 6th. We already started it. The mode of delivery here is going in English. Make sure you're becoming a part of it. Okay, Rajiv, yes, tell me. No, Gaming Plaza, I teach only 9th and 10th. Okay, but we never know. I can be a teacher of your 11th and 12th as well. That's not problematic. Okay, fabulous, mind-blowing, Piyush, that's amazing. Okay, compare characteristic traits of Bholi and Amanda. Okay, Amanda was not mature enough. Okay, Bholi was mature enough. Amanda was not brave enough to take a stand for herself again in front of her parents, but Bholi was very mature enough to take a stand for herself in front of her parents. Bholi, like she had gained the knowledge through, since there was an age gap between Amanda and Bholi, we cannot really compare them. But like Amanda, okay, she found a way to get out of the frustrated world that she was into by envisioning herself to be a mermaid, orphan, or Rapunzel. But Boli, okay, she was not finding a way out of it. Instead, she was facing it. Okay, she was standing for herself. She was taking an action. Okay, she was being empowered. She was educated enough. She was mature enough to understand the gravity, the importance of that situation, wherein she had to say no to get married to Bishambanath because of because of his greedy nature. But Amanda was not able to answer anything to her parents. One, because she was very, she was very small in age, and second, also that she couldn't like bear the scolding of her mother, and that is why also she was not mature and educated enough to understand the importance of the restriction in life. Okay, so this is basically the thing that you all can go ahead with. Okay. Now, Bugs Bounty, everybody. It's an opportunity for all the learners to report any inappropriate content in the video. So be the first one to report a particular issue to claim your prize and report any inappropriate content using the form given in the description. We have got Iconic subscription and Plus subscription. In Iconic, you'll be getting the personal guidance, one-on-one guidance from your top exam experts. Test analysis would be there, one-on-one guidance from the top exam experts. Study planner, customized study plan with bi-weekly reviews. Study material would be there, specialized notes and practice tests. Experts guidelines would also be there. In Plus, you'll have the live classes, weekly tests, structured courses, and unlimited access. So this is pretty super important. Alrighty, everybody. So keep that in your mind. And Plus subscription, everybody. This is very important. 48 months, 42 months, 36 months, 24 months, 18 months, 15 months, 12 months, 9 months, 6 months. PSH10 is the code everyone. Make use of this code. ये आपको सीधा स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड 10% डिस्काउंट देगा, ठीक है. और मेक श्योर कि आप जो है डेफिनेटली सोच रहे हो इन सब चीज़ों के लिए, आपके अच्छे के लिए, जो हमारा अभी नया चालू हुआ है 30th मार्च तक जो वैलिड है, सॉरी 30th अप्रैल तक जो वैलिड है 299 का, ठीक है. गो एड विद दैट गाइस, दैट इज एन अमेजिंग वन, ठीक है. आपको बहुत बेस्ट मिल रहा है सारे सब्जेक्ट्स के लिए, आप वो कोड आसानी से यूज कर सकते हो. ओके, दिस इज रियली रियली अमेजिंग फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू. ओके, नाउ मूविंग अहेड एवरीबडी. आइकॉनिक भी है हमारे पास, ठीक है. आप इसका भी यूज कर सकते हो. 48 मंथ्स, 36 मंथ्स, 24 मंथ्स, 18 मंथ्स, 15 मंथ्स, 12 मंथ्स, 9 मंथ्स, 6 मंथ्स और 3 मंथ्स. PSH10 कोड यूज करो, 10% डिस्काउंट ले लो. फटाफट से अपने फ्रेंड्स को बता दो, सबको बता दो और जल्दी से ज्वाइन करो. All right, is that clear? Please talk with an academy about teaching. All right, I'll do that. Okay. Alrighty, people. So community hai. Never miss any update from your favorite educator. Get session notes and practice material. Share your feedback directly with educators via polls. Check out the link to the educator community below. And guys, जो special class मैं आज शाम को 5 बजे ले रही हूँ, please उसको miss मत करना. That's gonna be literally important one. Okay, 2 घंटे का class I am going to take. Okay, I'm going to take the class for 2 hours. Everybody be right there into the class. Come up with your doubts and make sure that you're doing good. Class 10 study, we are going to do that on Monday. Okay, we're gonna do that on Monday. ओके, सो गाइज इमर्ज में आई होप आप सबने एनरोल करवा लिया हो. कोड फटाफट से PSH10 यूज करके एनरोल कर लो, बिकॉज ये आपके खुद के अच्छे के लिए बहुत अच्छी प्रैक्टिस होगी. ओके, यू ऑल कैन विन अप टू 100% स्कॉलरशिप भी मिल सकती है, ठीक है. यू ऑल कैन प्रैक्टिस फॉर द फाइनल एग्जाम विद फ्री लाइफ टेस्ट. आपको डिटेल परफॉर्मेंस मिलेगा, रिपोर्ट मिलेगी ईच लर्नर की, क्वेश्चन पेपर एनालिसिस भी मिलेगा, डिस्कशन भी होगा हर मॉक टेस्ट के बाद. सीबीएसई क्लास 10 एंड 12 लर्नर्स ये 23rd से 26 अप्रैल के लिए अभी के अभी एनरोल करवा लो. Okay, so you all can win up to 100% scholarship. All right, April 23rd, class 10 science mock test hoga. All right, and class 12 commerce accountancy, class 12 science physics. April 24 class 10 math basics होगा, class 12 commerce का economics, class 12 science का maths. April 25 class 10 का English होगा, class 12 commerce का business, class 12 science का chemistry. And April 26 class 12 का commerce and science दोनों का English होगा. So everyone enroll right away. Let's make it amazing this time in our boards. Let's score full marks. Let's make sure that we are going to rock and roll this time. Okay, 40 on 40 should be the target in your English especially. And everybody know that a biology का test आपका 2 PM से start होगा. ठीक है? विनर वीक चल रहा है, पूछो और जीतो. आज 7 डाउट्स और एक फ्री में 7 डेज की अनअकैडमी सब्सक्रिप्शन मिल रही है क्लास 6 to 12, एमएच बोर्ड 9 to 12 और एनटीएससी फाउंडेशन के लिए. ऑफर वैलिड है 24 अप्रैल के लिए. तो बच्चों किस चीज का वेट कर रहे हो? बहुत कुछ चीजें यहाँ पे मिल रही हैं, बहुत कुछ अच्छी अच्छी चीजें हो रही है आप लोगों के लिए, सब कुछ अमेजिंग चीजें आ रही हैं. फटाफट से कोड लगाओ PSH10. ओके, और जल्दी से सारे जितने भी अमेजिंग चीजें आ रही हैं आप लोगों के लिए उसको यूज कर लो. ठीक है, डाउट अभी पूछ लो, लिंक द सब्सक्रिप्शन में दे रखा है. सो थैंक यू एवरीबडी. आई होप आप लोगों को सेशन बहुत अच्छा लगा हो. ठीक है, कमेंट करना बिल्कुल भी मत भूलना और सब्सक्राइब डेफिनेटली चैनल को कर लो अगर पहली बार चैनल पे आए हो तो. और लाइक और शेयर तो डेफिनेटली कर देना. आई एम श्योर दैट यू लव्ड इट. मैं PDF आपको कम्युनिटी पे शेयर करती हूँ. ठीक है, मेक श्योर कि आप वहां से ले रहे हो. ऑलराइट, अब हम शाम को मिलते हैं 5 बजे सही स्पेशल पे क्लास पे. ठीक है, अगर आपने एनरोल नहीं किया है अभी तक क्लास के लिए तो मेक श्योर कि कर लो. वहां पे हम बात करेंगे जो भी आपके डाउट्स हैं, वहां पे मैं सॉल्व करती हूँ आपके डाउट्स. ठीक है, 2 घंटे की क्लास होगी. सो मेक श्योर दैट यू आर डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू बी देयर. नेक्स्ट, थैंक यू डियर, थैंक यू सो मच. सो वी आर गोना कैच अप सून एवरीबॉडी. ग्रामर गाइस मंडे को करेंगे, ग्रामर हम करेंगे मंडे को. ठीक है, वन शॉट मैंने ऑलरेडी ले लिया था. अगर आपको अभी अपने कुछ डाउट्स क्लियर करने हैं सो प्लीज वन शॉट थोड़ा सा देख लो. लेकिन आपका जो एरर करेक्शन सब कुछ है, आई एम गोना कम अप विद दैट ऑन मंडे. ठीक है. Alrighty, everybody. So take care. Bye bye. Let's crack it and see you soon. And all the best for your upcoming examination. Bye bye, guys.